everything. It's going to be annoying.
Yeah, just like making beats and shit. It's the same way for me now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 2
So
1
I
2
didn't
1 2
realize
1
that
2
there
1
was
2.
times that I was like actually just sponging every piece of information rather than just what I liked. Everything was going in.
1 2 1 2 1
Okay,
2.
so yo, is that how you got involved with the street team stuff?
Yeah. I was
We are
at school
live.
at
We are
Harris.
live. We are
Right.
live.
You know, and yeah, like
One,
from
two, one,
between
two,
I
one,
got
two, one,
accepted
two, one,
to
two,
Harris,
one, two,
decided
one,
to move
two.
here. I'm here in Parkdale, going to Harris over by Sherburne and Queen,
Right.
and living at Dufferin and Queen.
Okay.
So I'd see these guys pull up at the school.
Day
the
4
BMG
day
street
4 of
team, guys like
30. Day 4 of
Sid,
30. We back at it. We back
Shout
at
out to Lex.
Word. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Lex was on the Warner Street team at the time.
Man, like
Him and Sid were on the Warner Street team, or I think Sid was on the BMG street.
Yeah.
Right?
Story
Shout
time.
out Gramps, right?
Yeah.
And I'd see those guys come around and I'd be like, yo, how could I get down?
And BMG was right there too at Queen and Dufferin, right?
I had
King
no-
and Dufferin. Yeah.
No, not at the time.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That was later on. That was like later in the 2000s.
Right.
But yeah, I was just like, how could I get down on the team? I asked Lex from the Warner team.
Okay.
And he's like, just come through, man, and just, hand out flyers, do whatever.
AKA Skinny Rick.
Because it's free, right?
Word.
So I started doing that. But I overdo shit.
Okay.
So if you ask me to do some shit,
scene. Man, like Barrington Levy. Let's go.
I'm gonna do it and then do it really fast, get it all done, and be like, all right, so it's done. What do you want me to do next?
Right.
Right. And I kept on doing that. And the person who was running the team at the time, Kim McKenzie.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to Kim McKenzie.
Word.
She seen that. She seen like, holy shit, this guy works fast. This guy is like always there early. You know what I'm saying? And there was a few times where kind of Lexus wasn't available, but I'm always there.
Right.
So, and she started transitioning into working for Warner, and then she was moving over to Sony.
Word. Okay. Yeah.
So she couldn't hold down. No, she still kept the street team, and she had the Sony. She was working for Sony, but then it became a conflict of interest.
Smash that like button, please. Smash that like button. We getting started just now. Let's get it popping.
Because she still wanted to keep Warner contracts.
Okay.
So she started her own independent team, which she let me take over.
Okay. So let's talk about that.
Because I was the Toronto guy at one point when like Lex started slipping.
Right.
And I think he was just dealing with his own personal issues and stuff like that. But once I started running the Toronto team, and she seen like, I'm keeping track of all the guys on the Toronto side, and she had to like make a decision. She's like, take the whole of Canada. So I went from just running taking care of like 4 guys to taking care of 10 guys.
Okay.
Maybe 12.
Okay.
Right. Because
you used to go cross Canada.
I didn't personally have to go cross Canada. Everything in those times was communication was by phone, right?
Right.
So just to give you guys a little bit of context as people are coming into this live over here, and big salute to everybody in the chat who's popping up. Let yourself be seen. I will definitely be acknowledging all chats once we get into the intro. And make sure to smash that like button. The story that I'm telling right over here is about the street team days. These are like 1999, maybe 98, going into the early 2000s. I was the head of the Warner Street team as well, and then I became the head of the Sony Street team simultaneously. So I was running street team promotion for 2 record companies at the same time via my independent company. Where's my tattoo? A.W.O.L Records. You feel me? When the blood clot, when the bomba clot. A.W.O.L Records. So like I would, and for the people who don't know what street teaming is or like what a street team is, those are the people that once upon a time, and for the youngins who don't know, people used to go outside of venues, hand out flyers just to promote somebody's album, not for a party, just for somebody's album. Here is the flyer for the new Mobb Deep album that's going to be coming out in about 2 months. Here's a snippet CD or a snippet tape, even tapes. Holy, back in them times. Here's a snippet tape with about 4 or 5 songs on it from their new upcoming album. And then peep this, okay, for the YNs out there. We used to put 90-second snippets on these snippet tapes, and that's all you can get from the song. Where now a song is, that's the whole song. That's 90 seconds. Like, shit, I got the whole tune. But back then, 90 seconds was like, oh, I got the hook, I got the verse. Yo, I got to hear the rest of the song. You feel me? And we used to put up poster boards. These poster boards were about, let me make my screen a little bit bigger. About this big, all right? You put them back to back, and then you put them around street lamp posts, all different types of posts, freaking traffic lights. And when you put them back to back, you got to staple them so that they're like hugging the pole. And then you push the whole poster board up the pole so it goes as high as possible so that when the cleanup crew comes around, they're not able to get rid of it. If there's any type of cleanup crew that comes around before the nighttime, because you're doing this right before the club starts, you go poster up the whole club area so that every freaking pole, when people are going to whatever venue they're going to, they're going to see the advertising for whatever, the new Missy Elliott album. So street teaming was important. This is pre-social media. We didn't just have a freaking post on Instagram or an Instagram story post to be like, yo, my album's out right now. Like, niggas had to go put in real work, go to the freaking parking lots of the movie theaters and put a flyer on each car so that when people come out the movies, they'd be like, yo, what's this? Half of them flyers are getting dash. This is all on the record company's dime.
Or email, I guess, right?
Right.
So mans would have to go put up the posters, the same posters that we're putting in whatever areas down here. And, you know, I got to do Warner contracts and Sony contracts at the same
like,
time.
so, just for the sake of a discussion, like, what were some of those? Do you remember some of those albums?
Oh, fuck yeah. We pushed the Corrupt album, like when Corrupt had that big album with the purple cover. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Space Boogie, I think it was called.
Okay, yeah.
Mobb Deep, Infamy. That was a fucking big one. And the album before that, I think
Hell on Earth?
not Hell on Earth, the album between that, Murder Music.
Murder Music.
Lil Kim. The album before she got locked, the hardcore album. We worked on that. We worked on Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment,
Cameron.
or Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment. Cameron, and I met Cameron.
Oh, you know what? I was about to tell the story. I'll let Skinny Friday in the past tell the story. Let's go.
In those times.
Okay.
He was at Club Life, which was the popping club at the time. Him and Dame Dash. Okay. And don't worry about that. Like, him and Dame Dash were there in the club, and fucking, we're handing out flyers. We still had flyers in our hands. So I'm like, yo, we street team, dog. Yo, we love your music, fam. And he's like, oh, respect. So now we're getting out the club. We're outside the club handing out the flyers, and they're coming out. And he's like, yo, hand me some of them flyers. Cam was not popular at these times.
Okay.
Him and Dame coming out with a couple of chicks, and he had to take some of the flyers that he took from me, and he showed the girl before he got in the limo. Yo, that's me, dog. Or that's me, girl. That's me.
True stories.
Okay.
And then I seen him jump in the limo. I'm just like, wow. Like, he had to, like, in hindsight, he had to show the girl who he was on the flyer.
Because they didn't even really know him back then.
He was just
By his second album, because keep in mind, he already had the Confessions of Fire album, I think it was the first album. And that really didn't do so great. It had 4, 5, 6 on there, right? The track there with Mace. What else was on there? I think Horse and Carriage was on there too. Horse and Carriage was a big tune, but that album went nowhere. So by Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment, he had the song "What Means the World to You." What means the world to me? Sex and girls and a little bit of hoes. Hey, you remember that tune? Big tune. And people still, the gal them still didn't know who Cameron was. So keep in mind, Cameron had 2 albums on a major label, and he wasn't a household name until he signed to Rockefeller for his 3rd album, the Come Home With Me album. And Oh Boy came out and all that type shit. So those are some different times, yo.
The Horse and Carriage probably would have been the biggest
Yeah.
Or What Means the World. What them trying to just
That was pre What Means the World.
Okay.
Yes.
So yo, because I street teamed, and I'm gonna ask this to everybody who was street teaming. Yo, what was your favorite street team swag? Because you know there was always some kind of swag. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about fucking
And somebody asked,
on Earth, the lighters. Remember the lighters?
We're gonna get to that in a second. And somebody asked if there was like a tow truck or street team wars, kind of sort of like tow truck wars. Kind of sort of. Right? There was like a competition to make sure that we get to the area first. So for example, like when everybody goes to Rebel now, that used to be called the docks back in the days. So when there was an event at the docks, I drive my team down there to the freaking area, that whole street, that Polson Street, driving down to the docks. I'm trying to get there. Usually street teams would get there around 7, maybe 8 o'clock tops. Right? Because, you know, people start to fill into the club by like 9, 10 o'clock. You start to see the area get busy. So you want to be there a little early, right? So I figured, okay, if you guys would be over there by like maybe 7, we got to be there by 6. So me and my team used to be there early, poster down the whole area, and then niggas will come there after and be like, bruh, like you ain't gonna leave us no space? No, nigga. Right? You have to, you know, had that competitive spirit from time, G. Like, nah, bro. But after a while, you know, you have that understanding. And listen, there was an unwritten rule. Just because we got there first, don't mean that you can come now and freaking take down some of our posters. Holy. Big salute to Big Tweez. Big Tweez is the person who's conducting this interview right now. I think that's kind of how we met, because he was working street team. I think he was working street team for Universal at the time. And man's tried to take down the posters. And, you know, back then I was a little rougher around the edges. I'm coming right off of the streets. Or I wasn't even coming off the streets. I was still heavily in the streets. Still trying to ascend, actually, in the streets. And I wasn't having it. Not that I'm not saying I pulled out a burner or anything like that. Nothing crazy like that. But, you know, words were exchanged. Shit got heated. Niggas is up in each other's face a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But we got an understanding. And after that, it was just like, yo, I'm going to leave some space for some of these niggas. Y'all leave some space for us. And nobody touches each other's posters. So yeah, it wasn't as crazy as the tow truck wars. Like we weren't burning down each other's cars and shit like that. Imagine. But yeah, it could have got serious.
Hell on Earth campaign. Yo, still to this day, mans are like, we'll kill for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow, it's hard to call it because I enjoy just the CD snippets. Those times people used to have CD snippets. Tape snippets and CD snippets.
I remember that shit. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Hold on.
Those are my.
This tape right here, and Socks, if you see this, I apologize, brother. I apologize. These are free. This was a free CD snippet that we were giving away, right? It had like 7 Socrates snippet songs on it. Not the full songs, just the snippets. In 1998, I went to Barbados. And while in Barbados, because I have hustling running through my veins, I got on a hustle a little bit, you know? My homeboy that I was hanging out with out there, right? He's like, yo, he's out there selling tapes on the street. He had like a little table where he used to sell like bootleg tapes and shit like that. And I was like, wait a minute, I got some tapes. And I'm thinking to myself, I paid $0 for these. I could make some money. So Socks, if you see this, I sold your snippet tapes in Barbados. All right. I'm sorry. I think I had like about 15 of them, maybe 20. Nothing crazy. I didn't have like a 50-box run, but I sold every single one of them, brother. I'm sorry. I should have kept one because those are like now something that you can have like hip hop memorial memorabilia, I mean. But nigga, I sold them all, bro. I bootlegged your shit.
I remember that shit. Yeah.
Those are my favorites.
Word.
Tape snippets. Just having the music ahead of time and knowing that you're the only one who has this.
No, not the
Right?
only one.
Actually, my favorite swag is the Violators fucking rap that they put.
Woo! Violators. Let me tell you about this. So this is my 2001 Jimmy that I had back in 2000. I bought it in 2001, or I started leasing it in 2001 like an idiot. All right. That was a mistake, but I digress. I thought I was the shit. Sony offered me 2 racks and 2 racks was good money at that time, right? This is like 1999, if I'm not mistaken. So 2 racks in 1999 would probably be something like 5, 8 racks right now in these days and times. A lie? So 2 racks to freaking wrap the van up, or wrap the SUV up and drive around playing Busta, what it is right now, Busta, what it is right now, all summer long. Why not? Plus, I still get paid for the extra street team promo, putting up the flyers, handing out the CD snippets and all that. That's a separate contract. This alone is the contract just to have the car wrapped up. And when you're driving around downtown, then it's like, make sure that you're playing the Violator CD. Okay, you see who's on here? DJ Red Alert. Cool. DJ Red Alert. He had a track on there. Busta, he had that Busta, what it is right now, right? That was the big tune from then. Who else is on there? Fat Joe, CeeLo. This is when CeeLo was first starting to go solo from Goody Mob. They got Havoc from Mob Deep represent. Oh, there's P. R.I.P. Prodigy. Okay. LL Cool J had a song on there. Nori had a song on there. Grimy. Grimy. Yo, you guys remember that? The Violator CD? Classic shit. I don't remember what volume it was. Violators mixtape. That shit was classic. Loud Records. Because it was courtesy of Loud Records, and Loud Records was one of the companies under Sony. Busta, what it is right now. Busta, big tune, volume 2. See it there? Watch. Bang. All right. I got way too many fucking windows open. Hold on. Let me get rid of some of these windows. Holy, brother. There it is. What was on this? I forgot what the Missy Elliott tune was. What was the track list on this? Let's see. Track list. Let's see what the track list. For the hip hop heads. Oh yes. Vibrant Thing was on there. Whoo! Yo, Black Pudding TV is a real hip hop head still, fam. That shit was fire. They're not gonna give me the track list. That's a idiot thing. This is the same article. What else is on this? And this was courtesy of Chris Lighty, R.I.P. Chris Lighty. All right, he was the management, the person who basically started Violator Records back in the days. Yeah, this shit was fire. I wonder if you could still find this. Hold on. Let's go to YouTube Music. Is that shit still around? It must be. It was a freaking major release. Insurance and gas was dirt cheap. Listen, bro, what is the gas now? Like almost $2. It's like it went down to like 170 something. Back then it was probably like 50 something cents. Here it is. Right? Grimy, crazy tune. Here it is. Can I get the whole album? Where's the whole album? Wow, there's I can't find the whole album here on YouTube. The Busta What It Is. There's anything else that they have off of this? Interesting. We'll save that for another day. Anyhow, let me just play a little bit more of this and we'll get into our intro. Make sure to share the
Around my
live.
fucking car, the decal.
Okay.
2001.
Yo, for me, it's remember the Alcoholics? They had the bottle openers,
Ooh.
the keychain bottle openers. That's still to the yo. I had one of those. I mean, I'm talking about going into the fucking 2000s when I finally lost that set of keys.
Yeah.
I had that shit forever, bro.
Holy, they even had the Big Mac. Remember the Big Mac?
Yes, yeah.
For the Craig Mac and Biggie.
That was before my time still, you know what I mean?
But I wasn't even in the street team sometimes. I
Right.
just seen that and I was just like, that's fucking cool. You know what I mean?
So yo, why your street team? Are you making music?
Those times back then, they used to have so many different creative ways of pushing the music just because, you know, and I think they should still do that now. Even now that we have social media, they should still have all those different creative like merchandise things, like the Big Mac with friggin' what was it? Let me show y'all what it looked like.
Well into the fucking 2000s when I finally lost that set of keys.
Yeah.
I had that shit forever, bro. You know what I mean?
Holy, they even had the Big Mac. Remember the Big Mac?
Yes, yeah.
Right? The Big Mac to represent B.I.G. and Craig Mack. Holy, R.I.P. to both of them. But that was a brilliant marketing tool right there. Watch freaking Diddy in the middle right there. Pause. No Diddy. These are different times, fam. Now the internet has things so crazy, bro. We're looking at Diddy like, look at this weirdo. It's nasty work, man. Right? Did I retire from wearing chains? No. Just a temporary retirement. I'll be back. Okay? The first time, I'll put it out this way. It doesn't even have to be like $100,000 check. The first $50,000 check that comes in, I'll go to the jewelry store. Fuck it. I ain't gonna spend the whole thing, but I will go to the store. Get me a little something. Let's get into the shit. Where's my beat? Back at it. We back at it. Day four. Last night was the legendary. I ain't even gonna lie. I got my voice back. Okay. Got my swagger back. I'm gonna go up on Instagram, let the people know that we're on Instagram. We're gonna have a good time today. Yeah, man. Big salute to everybody who's popping up into the chat. Big salute to everybody who's popping up on Instagram. Okay. We are live on YouTube. Make sure to smash that like button for anybody who's popping up on their phone. You can hit that hype button. Hypes are free. Likes are free. All right, let's get this spread out through the algorithm. Anybody who's popping up on X, retweet this motherfucker. Let's get this shit popping everywhere, all out through the algorithms. And big salute to everybody who's on Kick. I don't know what you do on Kick. Like it on Kick. All right. For the people here on my Instagram, we are live on YouTube. Okay. I got a list of topics that I want to get into, starting with, we're going to get into the video from Six Tails that I didn't get into last night of the top murderers or drill rappers in the scene. All right. Charlamagne is under attack from Akademiks now. Akademiks gloves are off. We don't care no more. No more mentorship type ish. All right. He's going at Charlamagne hard body hard. So we got to definitely cover that. New Toronto rap is back. We're going to get into a new Toronto rap segment. Okay. Also, I'm going to get to my civic duties. I've been forgetting to get to my civic duties. There's a gentleman by the name of Kenneth Law who just got convicted of multiple murders with assisted self-deletion. All right. Canada has some really weird laws when it comes to self-deletion. So we definitely got to get into that. This was the Six Trench over there on my phone. Yo, that's the fam over there. Six Trench Media Brothers over there. Okay. And we'll finally get into that security guard labor story that I've been talking about for a while. Canada Cop Watch. Okay, big salute to all the media platforms out there, even the ones I don't fuck with. All right, and I'm not. Listen, I'm here for peace here. All right, so big salute to Six Trench that I see over there. Big salute to Canadian Underground Kings. All right, I even still get news from them, even if I'm blocked more times. Six Sounds, I said such your mother mad times. Big salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? You said the mic's fading in and out. You know why? I just started the live and I playing this music in the back. We should be good. We should be good. Let me turn this down. You know what? Big to the B3, but I'm gonna turn the beat off. I'm gonna do a quick roll call. Let me do it. We good on the mics here? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let me double check my mics here. Uno momento, gang. We're gonna get it right. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay. Listen, media roll call. And for the people on the phone also, because I know a lot of people be on the gram. Yo, big salute to Six Trench, like I was saying before. Big salute to Keep Six Solid. Big salute to Canada Underground Kings. Big salute to Six Sounds. All right. Big salute to Six Buzz. All right. Big salute to T.TV. Who else? Give me some names. No, I'm not even talking about the ones who are like podcasters and stuff like that. Just people who are out there just posting, period. All right. I feel like I'm forgetting names, bro. Six Entertainment be out there posting heavy. There's a lot of 6 block disses, 6 buck tees, T.88. I see you, brother. Right? All the media outlets out there keeping people informed on what's going on. Okay, salute to the Torontology Reddit. Salute to Torontologist. Of course, salute to Borough Sound TV. Holy fam, we got a big media scene out there. We should be proud of ourselves. A lot of people in other places in Canada wish they had as many blog pages, media outlets. We complain like we have no infrastructure compared to Vancouver, which is a major city in Canada. We got them wiped down, right? Salute to Rockboy Ninja. All right, I'm gonna watch a Rockboy Ninja video later on. Like, I stay informed via the other people who are my media colleagues, and I would imagine they stay informed via us over here at the We Love Hip Hop Network. All right, so big up to all of y'all. Keep up the good work. We are out here. You know what I'm saying? Yo, for the people on my phone, we are live on YouTube, youtube.com/We Love Hip Hop Network. Let's go. Let's go, man. All right. We are back to our regular scheduled program. This is our Friday live. All right. The date is May 29th, 2026. I've on day 4 of my 30 for 30. We're doing 30 lives in 30 days. So make sure, and I'm going to keep on reminding y'all, make sure to share this out, yo, because like I'm out here working, man. I'm losing my voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm having to drink green tea, blow on me like some green tea, baby. I'm working, fam. You know what I'm saying? So hit that like button. But before we get into anything, let me, pay some bills, salute the sponsors, and then we can get into what we got to get into. This episode is sponsored by Gamdon. Join 60 million players who know where the real action is. Gamdon delivers elite odds that the big name books can't touch. 15% instant rakebacks on your first week, lightning fast crypto wallet withdrawals, and you could live stream the action while you win. Right now, you can use the code WeLoveHipHop at gamdon.com/r/WeLoveHipHop to start earning free rewards. Again, that's gamdon.com/r/WeLoveHipHop and start winning. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer! Beep, beep, baby. Listen to this episode's sponsor, Exotic Hot Pots, with great strains and merch and delivery all across the GTA. You can hit them up on their Instagram page, Exotic Hot Pot CA, or subscribe to their Telegram at Exotic Hot Pot. Let them know that you heard about them through the We Love Hip Hop podcast. Salute to the sponsors. Cheer. All right, one more and then we can get into it.
Road Ready Detailing, now open 7 days a week from 8 to 5 p.m. 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66, specializing in ceramic coating protection with warranty, PPF, tints, wraps, vinyl wraps, and hand car washes. Remember, we clean anything on wheels.
Road ready, ready for the road. Oh, yeah.
All right, we reloaded. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to acknowledge y'all. Okay, salute to the chat. Big salute to old John Crow 416 Trackstar Music, who was in here from earlier. Okay, good evening to Tasha Latina. Big salute to Kaloon. Big salute to QA. Big salute to Mario T. Dot. Big salute to Jota. Big salute to Julio. Big salute to Peace Love. Carol in the building. Who else is in here? Every single mining in the building. We outside over here, yo. Greg, Lewis. We got a good chat over here. Good crowd. Polaroid pill. I seen Black Pudding TV in the building from before. All right, McNasty. Black Paint. We out here, man. Big salute to everybody. All right. Big salute to Realistic Man popping up from Kick. All right. Yo, listen, I'm not paying enough attention to the Kick people or Kick platform. So please spread the gospel on Kick for me. We are here. Okay. I'm gonna start going on Kick more often and even like doing some mixes, you know what I mean? Playing some music and shit. But I want to show you guys a couple of things before we get into what we got to get into. Please, please, please join our clips page. All right. Let me just pull up some shit on the screen. Get everything ready. Boom. Join our clips page. We love hip hop clips. All right. It's kind of embarrassing to show this channel. This channel's kind of been like buried in the algorithm. I don't even pay enough attention to it. I'm now giving it more attention now where I'm uploading more clips here because of the fact that we're doing so much live streams. The 30 for 30s going on, and then after that is going to be more consistent live streams. I want to make sure that I'm able to still clip the content down for those people so it's available for the people, but I don't want to bombard the channel with 2 episodes a week, a live stream every day that's like 3 hours each time. So like I feel like you guys have more than enough long form content that you can consume over here. Now, if you guys want to see some clips like I've been uploading to this channel that you're watching right now, you can go and check them out over here. This is the We Love Hip Hop Clips channel. It's embarrassing because like, yo, sometimes the shit don't even crack 5 views. I'm like, nigga, YouTube, can you guys push this out into the algorithm a little bit? One. Right, but I am definitely active over here right now on this channel, and you're going to start seeing less and less clips over on the regular channel that we're on right now. So if you're like, yo, what happened to all the clips? Yo, why isn't Friday making clips? Please go and subscribe, run up the subscription, run up the views on this shit. Okay, the channel was monetized at one point in time, but then I was fucking around. I was doing some Underground Nation shit, uploading like content that didn't belong to me. So they took away the monetization, and now I have to rebuild the viewing hours, right? I got to rebuild the 4,000 viewing hours. So once we get that 4,000 viewing hours on, that's a monetized page to feed the people them. Like, we got to do what we got to do out here, all right? Let me make sure everything is running proper also before we actually start, okay? And then we'll get into our news stories. Because Lord knows, I'm not trying to see no delay. I know. D-Lit said I'm breaking up. I'm breaking. My internet's at full, so it's not my internet. I'm cleaning up everything now. No fuck around, no bullshit. Just give me a second. I'm just getting rid of mad windows right now. All right, un momento, gang. I'll be with you. I'm trying to give you guys a nice, smooth experience today. Okay. Let me do one more thing. Okay, let me do one more thing. I'm going to do a quick refresh, and then we should be good. All right. All right. All right. All right. No more freaking delaying. I'm not freezing. You know what I'm saying? I need a server. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me. Do I need to go buy extra shit rather than the freaking high-speed internet that I'm already getting from Rogers? I think I'm good now. Okay. Okay. Let's get into what we got to get into. All right. And big salute to everybody who's popping up in the chat over here. Yeah. I just had to make sure I got rid of like mad windows. Okay. That's why lately I've been trying to show some videos in the beginning of the lives also, just to make sure that we get all the latency out of the way. So as far as the stories that I need to get into, I was talking about that video yesterday of Six Tails. Okay, Six Tails dropped a video last night, and I never got a chance to get around to it. It was like some ominous type of title, the top 5 killers in Toronto or something crazy like that, right? So because last night we were already like 3 hours in after ranting about them people over there at the other network, I was like, yo, you know what? Let me just leave this for today. We back over here. Okay, this is my list. All right. Let me see if I forgot. You guys subscribed. All right, good. Let's go to Six Tails. Six Tails. Big salute to Six Tails. That's my peoples. Let's go over to Six Tails. Toronto's deadliest rappers, Flippa, Tyke, and Big Racks. I wonder if they know about this. Let's check it out.
Say what, nigga?
What, nigga?
Hey, nigga, we Southside niggas on the north side. It's a takeover.
To identify Michael Teddy Gibson as the person responsible for shooting and killing Julian Weeks.
Keep talking about go get him, gang.
Walk up,
smoke it just like a cigarette.
I'm 2 minutes from the food bank. Bam. Okay, you better be there. I'm packing the next white boy there at that.
Whoa.
All right.
Catch a body, nigga, catch a body. And if it gets too hot, my nigga, fly to Mali.
Woo. I don't condone the message, but hey, track sounds hard.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're taking a deep dive into some of Toronto's deadliest rappers. And when I say deadliest, I'm talking about artists whose names became tied to some of the city's most brazen shootings, with some of them being connected to more than one major case. These aren't just stories about music. These are cases where rap careers crossed into real-life violence, where lyrics and neighborhood politics all collided. In this video, we're taking a closer look at...
Before I let Six Tails do what he got to do over here, I want to just answer some questions in real time. You're wondering what happened to Paperboy Prezi? That's who you're talking about, the guy from Ottawa. That's Paperboy Prezi. What did happen to Paperboy Prezi? The last time he was out here giving out friggin' money to people and shit like that. I feel like I interviewed him like via Zoom not that long ago. What the helly? Project Prezi or Paperboy also. Yeah. That was a while back. Holy. Yeah, he pulled up a few times. Big salute to Prezi. Anyhow.
One major case. These aren't just stories about music. These are cases where rap careers crossed into real-life violence, where lyrics and neighborhood politics all collided. In this video, we're taking a closer look at 3 names tied to that reality: Flippa, Tyke, and Big Racks. To understand how said Mohiuddin, better known by his stage name Flippa, became one of the most talked about names in Toronto's drill scene, you must start with where he came from. He is associated with Lawrence Heights, a block in Toronto's West End commonly referred to as the Jungle. For years, Jungle has had a reputation within the city tied to both culture and conflict. It's produced athletes, artists, and personalities, but it's also...
Ben Johnson from Jungle? I didn't know that. I feel like I should have already known that. Shit. And I'm wondering how he's gonna approach this Flippa story. Flippa story has been told so many times, myself included, that I wonder how he's gonna approach this. So let's see.
In a place where long-standing tensions between different gangs have shaped how people move and how they build their identity. In Toronto, neighborhoods aren't just locations, they carry history, and that history often follows individuals into everything they do, especially in the drill scene. Flippa has been widely associated with a group referred to as the Go Get 'Em Gang, often shortened to GGG. That name has not only come up across music references, but they have also been mentioned in the broader context of the city's West End street politics. News articles have referred to the crew as a criminal organization tied to gun trafficking, drug distribution, and multiple murders across the country. While not everything said online is verified, those associations have contributed to how his name is perceived, especially within Toronto's drill culture where identity and affiliation are closely watched. Coming out of Jungle, Flippa wasn't just known as another rapper trying to
That's how the man looked before he got his dreads and stuff. Holy.
make noise. He was known for the way he carried himself publicly, especially on Instagram Live. In Toronto's underground scene, lives weren't just entertainment. They became a stage where rappers dissed each other and built street credibility in front of thousands of people watching in real time. Flippa was part of that era where Toronto rap beefs were being broadcast directly to the internet. One of the most talked about examples involved Malvern-based rapper Booggz and his girlfriend at the time, Chromas.
Oh shit.
During an Instagram live stream, Top 5's account joined the stream, and someone behind the camera, who many viewers believed sounded a lot like Flippa, started directing threats toward the two. The situation became even more tense when what appeared to be a firearm and loaded magazines were shown on camera.
Keep talking about go.
Yo, mind your speech there, Jason. While you think Flippa's cute, I see in the chat. I'm watching the chat. I can't even tell your tone. Oh yeah, you think that nigga cute, huh?
Go get him, gang.
You're not funny, bro.
All right.
Keep talking about go get him, gang.
Who's that?
Stop talking about go get him, gang.
Stop
Chromas, you ain't shots down.
Where's the clip, man? Let me see some bullets. Let me see some bullets, man.
Yo, don't let us pull up, eh, kid? Stop talking about go get him, gang, kid.
Yeah, all right, kid.
Yo, I'm catching deja vu. We literally reacted to this like 3-4 days ago.
That type of you alive though? I don't think so. Maybe it was.
Whether viewers saw it as trolling or something more serious, the effect was clear. Flippa had a reputation that could make people visibly uncomfortable. But Flippa's story doesn't stand alone. The Mohiuddin name itself would appear in multiple serious criminal contexts. His brother Samatar Mohiuddin, better known by his stage name Century, was arrested in Fort McMurray in 2018 during an organized crime investigation where police reported seizing large amounts of drugs, cash, and a handgun with its serial number removed. Century, then 20, was one of 4 people charged in that drug investigation. Years later, his name surfaced again in an even more serious case. Winnipeg police said their guns and gangs unit arrested Century in December 2023 during a drug and firearm investigation where officers seized drugs, ammunition, cash, and a Glock handgun.
Jesus Christ. $45,000, so 17 oogies. Damn. 55 grams. That's not so much. Why would they put this separate? 2.5 kilos of fent, bro. Damn, nigga. The drugs alone they're trying to put this guy under the jail for. This right here, this is not even like the mother load. 461 grids. That's actually a lot still. Hold on a second. I need to do some math. That's a lot. Nigga. Let's see. Hold on. Let's do 461 divided by 28, which is an ounce. All right. He had another 16 ounces. So, nigga, that's almost another. Well, yeah, they're not going to put pound, but shit. $1,400 grams of cutting agent. So that's just all the comeback and shit. You know what I'm saying? He might have had some friggin' what do you call that? Not like baking powder and shit like that. That's legal stuff. There's stuff that's not legal. I forgot the name. I used it in a rap before. I used to use that shit to like. Listen, you know what? I'm saying too much. What's the name of that shit? It was like a sugar. It was like friggin' baby sugar. What's the name of that shit? Baby sugar. Baby sugar white powder. What was the name of that shit? There was Comeback, right? But there was like another thing that but I didn't even know. I never even knew what the fuck was in Comeback. People used to just sell a bag of Comeback, just like a plastic bag full of that shit. Hold on, let's do this. Name of substance. When I find a name, you're gonna be like, holy. Cornstarch. Name of baby sugar white powder used, because they made it illegal in the market right here. Used to cut cocaine. Dextrose. It just hit me right now. Dextrose. What y'all know about the dextrose? Holy shit. Is that what they had? Dextrose. I don't even know how to spell that shit. All right. Am I dextrose? I think I found it. Dextrose powder. How about that? You guys don't know about that. The dextrose? Huh? Y'all know about that shit? Or am I the only one? Were we doing some advanced dealing over here? Yes. That's how it's spelled. Okay. Dextrose. All right. Can I get a visual of what this shit looks like? Let's see if get some images. I'm sorry, this is super sidetrack, but Bomba clot. Sit there. This right here. Listen, man. It's not legal over here, so you're not even going to be able to find it. So I'm not even doing too much for y'all over here, okay? But yeah. Basically, it opens up the nasal passages even more. All right? You learned something new today.
Police also listed a warrant for first-degree murder out of Edmonton. Edmonton police later said Century was the third suspect arrested in connection with the 2022 A.W.O.L mass shooting, where one man was killed and several injured. In that case, he was transported from Winnipeg back to Edmonton to face charges including first-degree murder and multiple counts of attempted murder. Flippa's other brother, Suleiman, known as Larry in Toronto's underworld, also appeared in the public record in a way that added to the dangers surrounding the Mohican name. According to police, a vehicle fled a traffic stop in the King West area before crashing into 4 vehicles, turning a routine stop into a high-risk situation in one of Toronto's busiest nightlife districts. When officers searched the vehicle, they found a loaded handgun, cash, and codeine inside. The driver was arrested, but police identified the passenger who escaped as Larry and said he was wanted on multiple firearm, drug, counterfeit money, and weapons-related charges.
GGG Larry. You never hear top five talking about, yo, you don't want to see Larry. You know what I'm saying? That's who he's talking about. All right, I think he mentioned him in the movie song. I don't remember exactly what song, but he's mentioned him a few times, right? And on live streams, like, yo, watch out, you don't want to see GGG Larry, or I don't know exactly how they called his name, but like, these are some ominous figures in the Toronto scene, bro. Look at the type of charges these mans be getting, yo. Just like paragraphs, bro.
What made it even more serious?
31 years old. Zara and DJ Natural are 30. If they took a different life, that could be them.
Serious was the warning attached to his name. Authorities told the public not to approach him, describing him as armed and dangerous. So when you look at the Mohiadan brothers together, century tied to mass shooting related allegations out west, Larry wanted in a Toronto firearm and drug case, and Flippa eventually convicted of 2 first-degree murders. It paints a picture of a family name repeatedly connected to violence and people police considered dangerous. But before Flippa became the most infamous of the brothers, his own name first appeared in police reports years earlier for something much different. On April 4th, 2013, just after 2:30 at Bristol Road East and Hurio Street, and the teller ended almost as quickly as it began. The suspect fled southbound without taking anything. No one was injured, and investigators later identified the man as 25-year-old Flippa, who at the time was described as having no fixed address and was wanted on a robbery charge. Back then...
Wait a minute, niggas is still doing bank robberies? That's still a thing? I feel like this is not, 2016. Even in 2016. Am I missing something? I feel like I don't live in the city or something. Like, bruh, I don't even hear about these shits on the news like that. Bank robberies? I feel like that's the 1990s, 1980s shit. Niggas running out with the bag of money and shit. Like, holy, niggas getting money in any and every way. Fraud. I'll put you can pay me to go freaking to smoke some niggas. I'll go rob a bank. Like, niggas is trying to get it by any means necessary. Holy. People could still get away with a bank robbery? For real? How? He didn't. That's why I'm so surprised. I'm like, niggas is robbing banks in the 2000s? Like, there's so much surveillance, bro. The money's marked. All types of shit. Like, there's just no way of just getting away with just robbing a bank to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Maybe this is why I'm a mesquite. This is why I'm not on roads anymore. Anyhow.
His name carried no real weight. It wasn't tied to music or any public attention in general. It was just another police bulletin. But over time, that would change in a way few could have predicted. Fast forward to 2019, and his name would be tied to not one, but 2 murders. It started on March 18th, 2019, a laneway near Bloor and Dundas Street West, just steps from Alberta, lived. The scene was chaotic. Shots rang out in the middle of the afternoon.
Let me stop this
and
for a
within...
second. I don't like how the thing there moving. Hold on, let me move some shit. Give me a second, gang. Un momento. And let this shit fuck me over today, brother. Let's get some shit off the screen. Just straight down. We should be better now.
In moments, Murda was left wounded. He would later die in hospital. From the beginning, investigators believed the killing was targeted, a theory that would later be central to the Crown's case in court. According to the prosecution's key witness, the moments leading up to the shooting were deliberate. She testified that she had been driving Flippa in her white Mercedes at the vehicle near Murda's residence, approached him, and opened fire before returning to the car and fleeing the area. Investigators believed the killing was tied to ongoing tensions between rival gangs in Toronto. According to police intelligence outside the courtroom, Flippa was associated with the Jumble Bloods, while Murda was linked to a rival group known as the Complex Crips. That context gave investigators a possible explanation for why murder may have been targeted, even though prosecutors did not have to prove a motive in court. But what made Flipper's case...
You know, this makes me think also, just because people talk about Toronto is a rough city, and it is a rough city, but then there's like the comparison to American cities and how, you know, we only had 37 hats. I know we've been like really promoting that heavy, that like, yo, it's not that dangerous out here. But when it is dangerous, it is dangerous. And to be honest, it's not really a lot of people. There's people who get it in from different neighborhoods and different demographics is what I want to say, not just communities, but demographics, like Italian gangs and Asian gangs and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff that's happening is just the same people, whether it's from those different gangs and the different demographics or just the black gangs. It's not like multiple people are joining and getting into the bullshit. Like there's just a lot of the same circle of people who are doing a lot of the murders, in my opinion.
Even more disturbing is that the violence didn't stop there. Months after the murder shooting, Flipper's name would surface again, this time in a completely different world, far removed from neighborhood rivalries and street-level conflicts. The next case tied him to the targeted killing of Antonio Fiorda, a veteran organized crime figure connected to Canada's underworld. And unlike the murder case, prosecutors would describe this one not as a street feud, but as a paid contract killing, carried out in broad daylight. On November 4th, 2019, just before 1 p.m., gunfire erupted directly across from Sherway Gardens. In the middle of a high-traffic commercial zone, 50-year-old Antonio Fiorda was shot multiple times in a parking lot near Via Allegra restaurant and was rushed to hospital, where he was pronounced dead shortly after. The location and timing...
I feel like Six Tales has even retold this story before. Let's get to the parts where they got the money. Because I know the story already. Like, they did the mob hit. They got hit like they got 60 racks. And they're saying that was him and another artist or another gentleman by the name of YS that committed the murders. It'll get to it right here.
Based in southern Italy and considered one of the most powerful organized crime networks in Canada. As the case developed, authorities identified two people connected to the shooting. Flipper and Driftwood court-affiliated rapper, YS. Prosecutors would later present the killing as a contract hit, alleging it was financially motivated and that the two rappers were paid $30,000 each to carry it out. According to the Crown's case, Fiorda had been tracked...
Yo, man, them are slapping something up for freaking 30 racks? Let me know. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever held 30 racks at one time, okay? But like even, or more than that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's the most amount of money in the world. I'm not even trying to act like I'm on some baller shit because I'm really not. Right? But like, I feel like you can burn through 30 racks and not even be buying jewelry and shit in less than a year. Easily. Like, niggas, I understand it's for one move. It's not for a week worth of work. It's not for like a month's worth of work. It's one thing. You just got to go do one thing. Okay? If you can make it as quick and as harmless as possible, then like, you know, you'll make your work easier. But like, thank you, Blue Jays Fitted. It's not life-changing money. It'd be one thing if they're like, yo, here's 60 racks each. But 30 racks? Are y'all doing that? I don't even feel like you can like get the jewelry that keeps up with the niggas that are around you for 30 racks. Right? That's a solid weekend in Toronto. Didn't the nigga B-Rob say that him and his crew spend like 15, 17 racks in the club for one night? Damn. 30 racks for a body? That's crazy. And it's not even like speculation. Like, man's convicted of it already, but that's crazy. I would have asked for a little bit more still. I'm not lying. Can you up it to like maybe 50? And that's still crazy. Like, but I guess they're not just giving out 100,000 to people to take to catch a body. So yeah, It is what it is.
In advance, with his routine, movements, and personal detail. Witnesses reported the fast escape, and not long after, a burned-out car believed to be connected to the shooting was located. What made the case even more striking was that the shooting was also witnessed by undercover officers who were conducting surveillance in the area at the time, giving investigators a clearer view of the moments immediately after the attack. In the end, Flipper was found guilty of first-degree murder in the killings of Murda and Tony Fiorda. He was given a life sentence in each case, with the sentences running concurrently. Years before his convictions, however, another Toronto rapper had already become part of a similar conversation.
Yo, quick fast before they get to Tyke. I found out today just from watching CP24, they don't give consecutive sentences over here in Canada. If they do, it's rare. So anytime you hear anybody got like, oh, they got 3 life sentences, that means they're only going to be, well, not only, but they got 25 years. They're not going to do 75 years. All right. And I'll actually be getting to that later on in the story when we get to the story about the guy who's been assisting with self-deletion. He got convicted, and you're not going to ever see really somebody sit there and get like 150 years like they give in America.
But this one involved an international manhunt. The person in this case is Michael Teddy Gibson, better known in Toronto's underground rap scene as Tyke. For Tyke, the setting wasn't Jumble or Lawrence Heights, it was Regent Park.
It's Ontario's poorest community. 2,500 subsidized housing units, 12,000 people, and one big image problem.
12,000 people out there. That's crazy.
Super highway of crack dealing.
Regent Park has always carried a heavy history in Toronto. Long before the billion-dollar revitalization project, it was one of the city's most recognitions. Regent Park produced artists and personalities who helped shape Toronto's underground identity, but it was also a neighborhood marked by conflict. The name alone carried weight. If you came from Regent Park, people already attached a certain history to you before you even said a word. And for artists coming out of that environment, the neighborhood wasn't just where they were from, it became part of their story. That's where Tyke built his name. Before he became internationally known through wanted posters and murder allegations, Tyke was part of a Regent Park rap duo called Turk and Tyke, also known as TNT. Their music was gritty and tied directly to the people and politics around them. But Tyke's story also sits inside a wider family background that had already been touched by violence. According to court documents, his cousin Tyrell Gibson was recently charged with first-degree murder after a deadly shooting.
We covered that story like maybe about 3 months ago or whenever this happened, but yeah, I actually met these guys inside when I was in the Dawn too. It's wild guys.
On a bus at Yorkdale's Go Bus Terminal. Tyrell's brother, Marcus Gibson, also known as Ruck in the city's rap scene, was shot and killed inside his Rivertown home in 2016. His death is believed to be tied to conflict between an older generation of Regent Park gang members known as the Sick Thugs, which Tyke is a part of, and the younger generation known as Halal Gang. In 2017, a source described the conflict to the Toronto Sun as an internal cleansing, with
yo, listen, fam. Quick story time. It's not going to be a long one. Quick story time. When I first got put into the Don jail, just quickly back in December of 2009, when my house, it didn't get raided at that time. That's the story with me almost burning my house down, being drunk like an idiot. And when I ended up having to go away for that space of time, I was gone for a week. All right. And then I got my bail. Basically by February is when I breached my bail and then went away for my space of time. But between that time, for that 1 week in December, what was it, like December 9th, if I'm not mistaken? When I was gone and I was in the Dawn over there, boom, I bump into the Sick Thugs. They're in there. All right. Friggin' man named Relly, friggin' Tyke was in there, Turk wasn't in there, but a few other people was there. First thing they asked me, because they had recognized me from the real Toronto. Right? Salute to you, Mad Russian. You know Point Blank? Huh? You fuck with Point Blank? Oh, you on that rap shit, right? Oh, you fuck with Point Blank? I was like, well, I don't fuck with them. Like, sometimes we see them at the studio and shit, but like, I don't know them niggas. All right. Make sure the showers are over there, fam. I was like, holy. No. It's not a self-incrimination. It was just a quick us, all right? But I was just like, I was kind of taken aback. Besides the fact that I'm like in this like stressful situation, right? I'm not a jail man. I'm not an in and out, yo, from the time I was 17, yo, why, yo? I'm not one of them mans, fam. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I was in the streets. Bruh. That's just stuck in my mind, bro, because like that was the first thing they asked. And then now in hindsight, when I look at friggin' all of these documentaries, made some of my own documentaries, it was a serious question. If I was like, oh, Point Blank, I love those guys. You don't really want it with us. Oh, Deaf Eyes, yo, bring him to the back. Bring him to the back. Imagine. Hey, yo, you know Point Blank? Of course I know Point Blank. I was born and raised. Yo, I made it like 30 minutes in the Don jail. Good thing I had the right answer.
A.W.O.L gang members picking off senior Sick Thugs members. At that time, there had been 6 deadly shootings in the span of 11 months, one of which claimed the life of an innocent grandmother. Rourke had also previously been acquitted of first-degree murder in the 2014 killing of Tariq Muhammad. This family background matters because it shows that Tyke's name was connected to a wider environment where family ties and Regent Park politics often overlapped. But the case that pushed Tyke's name into headlines began on April 2nd, 2016, outside Fuse Bar near Queen Street East and Parliament Street.
More times, and listen, I don't want to be... That rally youth that I mentioned earlier too, that nigga was a terrorist on the range. Holy fuck. When I finally went back and I had to go do my time, I was there for like 4.5 months, okay? I remember it like locked in my mind, all right? 4.5 months dead time, 9 months still, 9 months still. I did 2 for 1. I still had the 2 for 1. Brother, that nigga had the range running. Him and a few other niggas. The same nigga, I think that was the guy in the shootout from over at Yorkdale Mall. Them niggas. It was only him and a few Rexdale niggas because there was some mans from the West End. Keep in mind, the Don jail is downtown. It's literally right down the block from Regent Park. So when mans get locked up downtown, they're probably going to end up in the Don jail. Right? So the main population of people who are going to be in that place are going to be from downtown, and the different people from the East End and West End that get arrested in downtown or have to go there because of space and shit. Listen, I wasn't going to say it was a time to be had because it really wasn't. It really wasn't, but it was a different time. Big up to Fall Leafs. Thank you for the donation there, brother.
At night, 27-year-old Julian Weeks was attending a memorial for his friend Sion Carrington, who had been shot and killed just a month earlier at a Leslieville recording studio. Carrington, Weeks, and Gibson knew each other, and they moved within overlapping Regent Park circles. Carrington went by the rap name C-Sick and is considered a pioneer in Regent Park's rap scene, while Weeks, who went by the name Santana, had appeared in rap videos for artists connected to both the Sick Thugs and Halal gang. Police accused Tyke of shooting and killing Santana outside the Queen Street bar, stating there was crystal clear footage showing him pulling the trigger. After the murder, Tyke became the subject of a Canada-wide manhunt, with Toronto police warning that he may have fled the country. Investigators said he was wanted for first-degree murder, and for months, his whereabouts remained unknown. That is until May 3rd, 2017, when authorities caught up with him in Aruba of all places. According to CBC, Tyke was arrested in a dramatic takedown after a police chase that ended in a car accident. Local Aruban media captured the arrest, and the island's
He was there for a while too, bro. You know, there's a video. I might have the screen recording of it still on the YouTube channel of Tyke in jail, like on the phone with somebody. Who was he talking to? I think it might have been Moji.
Prosecutor's office said Tyke falsely identified himself to officers
see if
when
I
he
can
was
find
taken into custody. At that point, Canadian authorities had asked Aruban officials to extradite him back to Canada in connection with the Santana murder case.
Santana.
But the situation became more complicated because Tyke wasn't only wanted in Canada. Authorities in Aruba also accused him in the killing of 25-year-old Thuy Hong Nguyen Quach, also known as Tweety. Both Tweety and Tyke came from Regent Park and knew each other. Although the exact nature of their relationship was unclear, it is widely rumored Tweety played a key part in Tyke's escape from Toronto. That meant Tyke was now facing murder charges in 2 different countries. The Aruban prosecutor's office made it clear that their investigation would take priority before any Canadian extradition process moved forward. One of the biggest unanswered questions was how Tyke,
I think he's still out there,
managed to leave Canada while already wanted in a...
And I found what I was talking about. I think he's still out there. This is 4 years ago. Let me play this for y'all. I type this, Mitchell.
If niggas really love the city to the point where we're trying to blow on some international shit, niggas
You
shout
like
out
my own
Pressa,
shit.
shout out the up top niggas. Everything those niggas is doing is putting on for the city. Let's not be small-minded. Let's not be simple-minded niggas, you know? It's not about a particular neighborhood or, you know? Like, a lot of niggas look at you like, yo, you're a snake because you're hauling at this nigga, you're hauling at that nigga or whatever, and I get that.
This is around the time when Moji like popped back up on the scene and he was crashing out. And then he got on the phone with Mans, right? Or a Mans, and they had a conversation. And here it is.
Put myself in their shoes, right?
Yeah,
but if you're focused, if you're focusing on the bigger picture and shit, my nigga, fuck with neighborhood politics. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the niggas from the other side. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to niggas that don't like me. Shout out to niggas I don't rock with. Like, fuck all that. Like, if we're really putting on for the city, then let's keep this shit that's internal. Let's not even promote internal politics and shit. You feel me? Like, niggas got problems with this nigga from that block, whatever. All right, cool. Do what you gotta do. But, like, if the spotlight's on the city where certain artists from the city are in a position where they could blow up and do their thing and shit, like, let's support that, B. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep all that shit in the background. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it is. Like, I'm fully aware of politics and how shit plays out and how shit is. And this is what it is. I'm going to be back just now, believe it or not. And I'm going to run into certain niggas and it's going to be like, yo, bro, like, if that's what you're on, that's what I'm on. I'm not ducking nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's just not the type of a nigga I am. But at the same time, it's like, if there's a bigger picture and we could really focus on the bigger picture, then that's what we should do as real niggas. Like, let's get this money and focus on some bigger shit. You feel me?
You say
so that's why I'm tapping in with you, my nigga. Like, I just want the city and the world to know, like.
Yeah, salute to Tyke. And yo, thank you for the donation over here for the super sticker Fall Leaves. Big salute to Fall Leaves. Feel free to do give some donations out here, yo. It supports the team, supports the whole network.
Investigation, but CBC's reporting pointed to a major gap in the system at the time. Canada Border Services Agency said it did not play a role when someone left the country by air. Unlike certain land border crossings, where information could be shared between Canada and the United States, there was no routine system tracking Canadian citizens as they boarded flights out of the country. That meant if Tyke left by plane, he may not have been stopped at the airport simply because there was no automatic exit check designed to catch him. Another possibility is timing. If Tyke left shortly after the shooting, before the warrant and national alerts were fully active or before police knew exactly where he was going, he may have had a window to get out before authorities could close in. Since Aruba has no extradition treaty with Canada, Tyke is still wanted in Canada. His status in Aruba is unknown, leaving his story with more questions than answers. But Tyke wasn't the only Regent Park rapper whose life would move from music.
Well, I guess we know what the status is because, like, in this video right here, he's still there. And this video is from 4 years ago, back in 2022. So yeah, he's still out there.
into the courtroom. Years later, another artist from the same neighborhood would face his own murder case, one that unfolded publicly in the middle of a popular restaurant. His name was Rich Kazumba, better known as Big Rax, and before he was convicted of murder, he had already been seen by some as not just a rising artist, but someone who had survived threats of his own.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Big Rax's path wasn't only defined by the streets. He finished high school, earned a diploma from the Remix Project, a professional arts training program for musicians, and built a career as a self-employed rap artist beginning in 2014. And unlike some underground artists who only had a local buzz, Rax had real momentum behind his name, alongside major artists like Tory Lanez. He also worked with Junos.
Holy shit, man! You're doing all of this stuff, and you're a drill rapper, nigga.
A nonprofit mental health organization serving Black youth in the Regent Park area. Family and community members described him as a dedicated father and someone who had done full work around him despite it being marked by personal tragedy. His mother by suicide in 2000. His father was not just present. The case changed everything. But Big Rax's connection to violence didn't begin with the Royal Caribbean Cafe shooting. Years before he would ever be convicted of murder, his name had already surfaced in another disturbing case, one where he wasn't the shooter or the victim, but the intended target. Back in 2016, a shooting took place at a townhouse complex on Blake Street in Toronto. The victim was a 10-year-old boy named Ahmed Arif, who had been sleeping on a mattress in his family's living room when bullets tore through the window of his home. Court records say there were 13.
Hold on. I gotta address the comment. Comment gang strong. So Rax is a smart youth. He finished high school. That's great, right? Congratulations to him. That's not the bar. To me, to be a smart youth, finishing high school isn't the bar. That's just the standard. You should. It's just like it shouldn't be like an accomplishment to finish high school. Now maybe getting what do you call it, a degree or some shit in some kind of post-secondary education. Now that's an accomplishment. But finishing high school is just what the fuck you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it don't make these niggas a smart youth. There's a lot of dummy ass niggas who finish high school and didn't do anything else with their life, right? So and listen, I'm not trying to jump on you, Black Paint. I've heard that before. Yo, he's a smart youth. The man finished high school, because there's too many niggas, and niggas that I even know personally that never finish high school. It's just like, it's just not a thing. Like, oh, you know, hoodmans in Toronto is like, we could just do it or not. No, fam, finish it. Give yourself a chance at life.
Bullet holes in the living room window and 12 projectiles found inside the home. Ahmed was struck in the shoulder and rushed to Sick Kids Hospital. Physically, he was expected to recover, but emotionally, the damage was much deeper. The court noted that after the shooting, he became afraid to sleep alone or even go to the washroom by himself.
Really?
But what made the case even more disturbing was that investigators later believed the child's home was never supposed to be the target. According to evidence accepted by the court, the shooting was connected to a conversation about Rax, who had allegedly made a diss track. A witness testified that people were talking about a turf war and saying Rax was going to be shot. Police later confirmed that he lived only a few units away from the townhouse that was actually hit. The witness later testified that one of the accused, Jaden Savv, confessed that they had shot the wrong house while trying to target the home where Rax lived. The judge accepted the confession as truthful and found that the evidence supported the idea that the wrong unit had been hit. Surveillance showed two men getting out of a green car, walking toward the back of the complex, approaching the fence, and firing into the home. Instead of hitting their intended target, bullets went into the living room of a family home and struck a sleeping child.
Holy shit.
That detail adds a major layer to Big Rax's story. But on August 24th, 2023, everything changed inside a small restaurant on St. Clair Avenue West called the Royal.
That's fucking disturbing, man. So, like, with the story with Javay Roy that happened last year, That's just one of many freaking people, kids who got shot because they lived in the wrong building, and you niggas is shooting at somebody's home. Oh, I hit the wrong house. Just happened to put a bullet through somebody's window into somebody's bedroom. Y'all niggas need to burn in hell for that type of shit, bro. I'm sorry, B. Right? I know the man, they're like, yo, chill, Friday, we're watching you from jail. Okay, well, listen, fam, when you die, hell has a freaking special place for you.
Caribbean Cafe. Earlier that day, Rax had been working in a recording studio with 2 friends. Afterward, they went to the cafe to order food, but once inside, they decided to sit down and eat. Around the same time, Mariah Brooks, Thelani Moncrief Belmar, and Esther Butcher were near the counter waiting for takeout. Brooks's boyfriend, 23-year-old Nakari Henry Robinson, had originally been waiting outside, but then decided to walk into the restaurant. Nakari wasn't just a random face entering the restaurant. He was a 23-year-old man who had moved within Toronto's music and street circles, known in rap spaces as Scotty Flip Him, tied to the 10 Down movement, a gang based out of Toronto. He also had a prior criminal history that the defense would later point to in court, including an aggravated assault conviction from 2018. In that case, Scotty and several other individuals jumped a young man, causing serious injuries including a severe brain bleed that required the victim to be placed in a medically induced coma for 5 days. Rax was inside the restaurant armed with a loaded handgun he was not authorized to possess. He later testified,
nobody's authorized to possess a handgun. Thank you for the donation, Fall Leaves.
That he had obtained the firearm because he had been warned that people wanted to kill him and his son. That warning allegedly came from Mohammed Ahmed, the brother of Toronto-based musician Mustafa the Poet, who was killed the day after giving the warning. For Rax's defense, that detail mattered because it supported the idea that he believed he was being actively targeted. They also pointed to information allegedly found on Scotty's phone, claiming that just 10 days before the restaurant shooting, addresses connected to Big Rax had been saved, adding to the argument that Rax wasn't just paranoid, he believed he was being hunted. There was also evidence of prior tension between the 2 rappers online. In an Instagram DM exchange later posted to Scotty's story, the 2 appeared to trade insults, with Scotty mocking Rax and dissing his dead friends and block. One part of the exchange was especially personal because Scotty appeared to diss his mother, which hit differently given Rax's own history. Court records noted that Rax's mother died by suicide in 2010, and he had also lost his infant son, meaning the insults weren't just regular internet disrespect. They cut into real trauma tied to his family and personal life. So when Scotty entered the Royal Caribbean Cafe and walked toward the back, he was approaching the area where Rax was sitting with that history already hanging.
See, and this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, these niggas go online, they talk crazy to each other, and eventually they're gonna have. And listen, I'm putting myself in this category too. Like, niggas get online and we get crazy. Not as crazy as these niggas get, like showing burners and yo, watch when I see you, you're a pack. But like, niggas say what they say online and they run into each other and it becomes a shootout.
Hanging in the background. Minutes prior, however, Moncrief Belmar had already looked toward Rax's table, and there was disputed evidence that something confrontational may have been said. Then, as Scotty entered the restaurant and moved closer, the situation escalated within seconds. Rax testified that Scotty looked at him, moved his hand into his hoodie pocket, and said things like, "I'd catch you slipping," and "I'm gonna smoke you." Rax claimed he took those words as a threat and decided to defend himself from an imminent threat. So he stood up, pulled out his gun, and shot Scotty in the chest. As Scotty turned and began to flee, Rax shot him a second time in the back. Moments later, Moncrief Belmar pulled out his own.
Oh my God! If the business is true, what are you doing, fam? Why are you just getting up and chirping at the man? Yo, I'm gonna kill you. You're slipping. You better be saying that with your gun in your hand, fam. Yo, look at this nigga over here. Holy shit! Look at this. Man's pants are falling off of his ass. He's skirting out of the damn place. These
firearm, and he and Rax engaged in a shootout inside the restaurant. The gun battle left Rax wounded in the hand and an innocent bystander, Esther Butcher, shot in the leg. Scotty collapsed shortly after leaving the cafe and later died from his injuries. According to the pathologist, the first shot fired by Rax was the one that caused his death. The entire incident was captured on 2 restaurant surveillance cameras, and shell casings later showed the level of violence that erupted in that small space. 21 casings were recovered inside the restaurant, all from 2 firearms. The Crown
21 casings inside of a little slit of a store restaurant. Bro, the place didn't even have enough room for people to sit in there and eat. Barely any room. Jesus Christ. Bullets must have been bouncing off of the walls.
Crown argued that Rax fired 15 times and Moncrief Belmar fired 6. At trial, Big Rax admitted he caused Scotty's death, but argued he acted in self-defense. His position was that he believed Scotty was about to shoot him, but the jury rejected the self-defense argument, and the judge later found that while Rax may have genuinely believed he was in danger, that belief was not reasonable. The judge also rejected the claim that Scotty and Moncrief Belmar had a plan to kill Rax, finding there was no evidence to support it. Following the jury trial, Rax was convicted of second-degree murder and unlawful possession of a loaded restricted firearm. For second-degree murder in Canada, the sentence is automatically life in prison, but the judge had to decide how long Rax would wait before becoming eligible for parole. The defense asked for 10 years, while the Crown argued for 14 to 15. 9 jurors recommended 10 years, and 1 made no recommendation.
Wow.
The judge considered that Rax had no prior criminal record, had worked and volunteered in Regent Park.
Yo, is this nigga home? Gang, I know maybe some of y'all might know him personally or know a little bit more about this gentleman. Is he home? Let me check on this nigga. Has he got any new music videos out? Big Rax. Or he might be still doing his time. Big Rax and Lil Barrett 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Big Rax wanted for second-degree murder 2 years ago. He got convicted while on bail. Okay, so he's definitely not home yet. You would have seen something from, well, maybe not, but like, damn. Now I'm there peeping his music. He went under my radar. He was getting himself some views still. Well, not crazy views, but enough to be substantial. 155,000 views on this one. Perky's calling too much.
And had prospects for rehabilitation. But the judge also emphasized the seriousness of using an illegal handgun in a public restaurant, especially when that decision triggered a shootout and left a bystander wounded. In the end, Rax was sentenced to life in prison with no parole eligibility for 12 years. And that's what makes these stories so complicated. Flipper, Tyke, and Big Rax all came from different corners of Toronto's underground scene, but their stories show how quickly music and real life can collide when reputation and street politics take over. But
the thing is about this Big Rax guy too, it doesn't necessarily mean he's not guaranteed that he's gonna get parole once he applies for it. Because after 12 years, okay, boom, you're going to go in front of the parole board, see if they'll let you home. You might have been doing whatever you need to do inside to show that you're going to be a good citizen and you're not going to, the word that they use, recidivize. However, if they do let him out, it doesn't mean that he's cool now. Like, he's going to be on parole for the rest of his life. Okay? That nigga friggin' jaywalk the wrong way or like get caught with some public intoxication, you know what I'm saying? If he's subject to urine samples, then 12 years till parole. But like I said, when he's on parole for life. You go steal a chocolate bar and you get caught by the police, you're going back to jail. Like, listen, I met a man who was like in his 60s and shit like that when I was in the pen. He had gotten sent back. He wasn't there the whole time. He came home after 25 years, right? He was living his life. He was trying to claim that while they sent him back, he was trying to claim that he had Alzheimer's so that they would maybe release him. But that was an old man that probably in his 60s committed a crime. I don't even know what crime he committed. He might have been a freaking diddler for all I know, because there was no PC in that place. It was a minimum security. And they sent his ass back. Sorry, Grandpa, you got to go back to jail. All right? Life is life.
They show how quickly music and real life can collide when reputation and street politics take over. But I want to hear from you. Who do you think I should cover next? Are there any other hood tales you want me to break down in a future video? Drop your suggestions in the comments. And if you want more documentaries like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and
salute to Six Tales right here. Maybe go hit a like on this right here. Bada boom, bada bing. We're gonna move on to our next set of stories here. Starting with the Akademiks versus Charlamagne the God. But before I do that, hold on, let me get some water. I'm smoking good weed right now. I received something. Okay, let me not dox myself. I received something from CARAS, or the CARAS, right? And the Juno Awards. Bada boom, bada bing. And I was like, oh, interesting. What's this? And then when I opened it, I seen on one letter over here. And let me make my screen better so y'all could bigger so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I seen the one letter over here. Okay, the Canadian Academy of Recording Artists and Science. And let me read what it says here. It says, Dear Kofi Carmichael, on the behalf of CARA's board of directors and staff, I would like to extend our appreciation for serving as the judge for the 55th annual Juno Awards in Hamilton. As a judge, you played a vital role in the success of this Juno Awards and have integrated yourself into a part of Juno and Canadian music history. Your time, dedication, and knowledge were invaluable to CARA's, the artist, and the Canadian music industry as a whole. You've helped change the lives of careers of 157 first-time nominees across 47 categories, providing them with national recognition for the craft they've dedicated their lives to cultivating. Your expertise recognized the amazing music being made by artists of all genres, with an incredible 65% of your 2026 Juno nominees being independent. You should be extremely proud of your contributions to this year's awards. The 55th annual Juno Awards, hosted by Mae Martin in Hamilton, Ontario, celebrated the depth, diversity, and global impact of Canadian music. The evening featured historic performances by Rush, a Lifetime Achievement Award for Joni Mitchell, and with a tribute by Sarah McLachlan and Alison Russell, and Nelly Furtado's induction into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, presented by Drizzy Drake. All right, live performances by, okay, we don't care about all that. I'm sorry, salute to the Junos, but like, we know what happened that night. We reacted to it. As a nonprofit organization, we rely heavily on the support of our independent volunteers. You were a part of 410 judges who donated their time and expertise to the adjudication of the 2026 Juno crafts and technical categories. As a token of our appreciation to commemorate and celebrate your contributions, please find enclosed an official certificate of contribution as a 2026 Juno Award judge, signed by the president and CEO of CARAS, Alan Reed. Thank you for your ongoing generous support of Canadian music. Yo, thank you for the donation also, Looney Blue. And then, $20 donation to Bumbaclot Air Horns. Where's my air horns? Sorry, gang. I'm slow today. Anyhow, I'm going to get to the air horns in a second because my screens are acting fucked up. So, I got this. Pow! All right. Nice certificate. The Canadian Academy of Recording Science and Arts Board of Directors and Staff hereby award this certificate to Kofi Carmichael it for serving as the judge in the rap album / EP of the year for the Junos 55th Awards 2026 Hamilton, Ontario. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. We extend our appreciation and heartfelt thanks for your time and expertise. The success of the Junos week was a result of your contributions to the nominations and voting process of the Academy. Yo, this is mad ultimate glaze, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Holy. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, bro, I almost felt like shit couldn't happen without me or some shit. Like I was just a judge, fam. Right? Jeez. Gotta big yourself up. If you don't big yourself up, nobody will, fam. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Give myself to Barry Horowitz. Thank you, gang. Thank you. All right. If I can get my air horns popping, I would have had them popping right now. You know what? I'm gonna get my air horns popping. But yo, thank you to the Junos for this also. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that I frame this and preserve this prize here, or this certificate here. I had to keep it a secret for the most part. I wasn't allowed to just like run around telling everybody that I was a judge for the Junos. I did announce it once the Juno Awards did happen, but prior to that, I had to keep it a super secret. I voted for the people who I thought's music was good, okay? But I also made sure, because I was seeing certain mans in categories, like I seen Savv in a category, and I put my vote in for Savv in the category that he was in. Trust me, this is a while back, so I don't even remember exactly what category he was in. My bad, I'm switching screens all over. But for the most part, I made sure that I'm gonna be here for the team, not just for the team, but for the streets. I've always complained that a lot of these guys don't get into the Juno Awards. Why are they not even at these award ceremonies, right? But if I got to find out, and big salute to Arlo Maverick, okay? Thank you for even putting me in contact to get this popping in the first place. And the interview I did with him, I realized a lot of these guys are not submitting their stuff so that they can get these awards, okay? So that they can even have the nomination, so that they can flex the nomination. Because even if you get nominated, that's the flex, right? So I'll say this to anybody, like, yo, as a man who's lived a lot of street life, I tell all my street stories over here on these live streams and on the podcast all the time, all right? I've been able to be blessed and get grants from the Ontario government. I've been able to get inside of the doors and be in the Juno committees to get to vote for the people them. So I say that to say, I ain't special. That could be any of y'all niggas, hood niggas. Like, it's not easy, but it can be done, is what I'm saying. All right. So thank you to the Junos for that right there. And I'm gonna make sure to frame it and put it somewhere on the set over here. All right. Let's see here. Let's get into this academic stuff. I never thought I'd see the day that Akademiks would be beefing with Charlamagne the God. All right. Charlamagne the God, to me, when I see that, that's like a mentor and mentee type of relationship. One of the first times that Akademiks was able to get his media feet wet, per se, is from interviewing Charlamagne the God way back in the days. But now we come full circle, and the two of them are beefing. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a couple of things just to show you guys what's going on. First of all, when I seen Grand Wizard post this, because he's the one who controls the Akademiks TV page, right? And salute the Grand Wizard. I saw this and I was like, what the fuck? Are my eyes deceiving me? It says, I heard they got a special place in hell for niggas joking about evil when they did it themselves. That's a Drake bar. Okay, it's not Grand Wizard saying nigga. Drake on Iceman dissing media personalities who are secretly pedophiles and R-worded minors
of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck. I got this girl real. I got this girl.
I'll play this in a second. I just want to read a little bit more. Okay, so that's just the caption from what we're gonna hear right now. Charlamagne.
Girl real drunk. And
That sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Damn.
Shut up. Spanish fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They spell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking.
They sell knives in the sex.
Y'all ever hear of Spanish fly? Spanish fly is that thing that man them used to talk about in the 80s and stuff like that. Like, yo, I heard that like mans can give a girl Spanish fly and then get the girls them super horny. That's a date rape drug. Maybe we didn't realize it back in the days. Right? And listen, thank God I was such a mesquine that the stuff that I used to hear from my older heads, like, yo, yeah, you know, and listen, I'm not saying that the older heads that I know was out there graping chicks, but like that was a thing that man them used to talk about. Like, yo, put some Spanish fly. Oh my God, the words I'm about to say. Niggas would say back in those days in the 80s, early 90s, yo, put some Spanish fly in her drink and she'll be all ready to go. What? I'm a youth, right? I'm like, by 85, because like I'm 75. So by 85, I'm like 10. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is telling you that shit. You're like, all right, cool. But like, that's not cool, man. Holy shit. You thought it was a myth the whole time? Listen, fam, I still think it's a myth. I've never actually seen, actually I have seen it. Because they used to have it in these like magazines and shit back in the days. Spanish fly. And I think it was like in a spray bottle, if I'm not sure. Was it like that? Spanish fly. Natural aphrodisiac or anti-promise. What the fuck's going on, bro? All right, let me play this.
And
that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They spell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking.
They sell knives at the store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk and shit, and we had sex and shit, and like a lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, chill out. I can't. I'm not doing that. And I'm like, let you run a train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So
if it's just one-on-one, it ain't rape.
Yeah. So the next
trains are rape.
So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? Like,
you know what the story is too? This is the story that he's talking about with his wife, his now wife, right? Because he's joked around in the past, like, yo, I graped my wife back in the days. Low key type shit. And yo, you know what? I seen a donation over here. Thank you for the donation, Black Paint. Yo, $50 donation. Big up. I think I got my sound effects loaded. Holy. And for the donation from before. Respect. But yeah, this is a story he was telling about, I think, with his wife back in the days, if I'm not mistaken. I think he might mention it in this clip.
Yeah, sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later, she's like, yo, are you sure I only had sex with you? Because one of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. I was there the whole time. Yeah. He did not fuck her. Yeah. He looked at her naked, but he didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, well, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another motherfucker there.
Compliment, man. Girl just said, yo, At least you raped me.
I didn't rape her. I did not rape her. I did not rape her.
Hey, if it was any of your cousins or friends, it would have been rape. But
I
you,
didn't rape her
Charlamagne?
because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other.
So then why would you put the Spanish fly?
I was a freaky. I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but I was a really. Listen. My whole.
Does that fall under the freak category? The reason I'm playing this, and listen, Charlamagne, because I feel like somebody from their camp follows. Like I talked to somebody from that side. Oh, Lauren LaRosa. Lauren, if you see this, I'm just reacting to what's out there in the internet. Okay, I know that's your guy, that's your employer. All right. I look up to Charlamagne. Looked up. I might have to put past tense, but like, that's crazy, man. And the thing is, he has had a case thrown out in the past, where there was a thing that did happen. What was that? Charlamagne case thrown out. Right, a federal judge in New York City, New York, officially dismissed a sexual assault and battery and defamation lawsuit filed against Charlamagne the God accuser Jessica Nicole Reed. The judge threw out the case because it exceeded the statute of limitations and additionally denied the plaintiff's request to revise the suit due to lack of sufficient evidence. This recent dismissal and this is back in 2001 when the charge happened, right? And this is something from Yahoo that they pulled up. This recent dismissal follows a similar resolution of the original 2001 incident in South Carolina. During those initial proceedings, an R-word charge against the radio host was dropped. Oh, this is a different one. After he voluntarily cooperated with authorities and provided DNA samples that did not match the R-word case kit. At that time, he accepted a plea deal for a lesser charge of contributing to delinquency of a minor. When the plaintiff attempted to reopen the criminal case in 2018. Okay, so she tried to reopen it. So it is the same person. The South Carolina prosecutors declined, citing the original plea agreement and lack of bias to bring new charges. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh my God. Make me buy bottles for Charlamagne.
Was she passed out while you fucked her?
Nah, she wasn't like. She was like one of those drunks where. No, she was one of those drunks where like. She was one of those drunks where she was like, she wasn't coherent, but she was up. You know when your girls is like when you're blacked out. Like,
yo, why do they have Predator at the end of the thing, fam? Yo, Grand Wizard, what are you doing? Yo, so listen, there's more videos. Chicks Move, he covered it. Let's get to it.
Chicks.
Get ready.
You know what to do, chicks.
You know, I like Chicks Move. Chicks Move is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. Grand opening, grand closing. The friendship between DJ Akademiks and Charlamagne is over. DJ Akademiks is officially waging war against Charlamagne, and this is going to end very bad. Now, if any of you guys out there have been paying attention, you guys knew this was eventually going to happen. Now, 2 years ago, I called this out on my channel. If you guys really paid attention, there was always something there between Akademiks and Charlamagne. It really kicked off after Akademiks called out Charlamagne publicly for never being on his podcast. According to Akademiks, Charlamagne was giving him the runaround anytime he asked Charlamagne when he was free to come on his pod.
I don't lie. Charlamagne, Peace, you should do a top 10. I said, Char, need you for a podcast. February 8, 2022, need you for a podcast episode for Off the Record. I asked him before I asked Andrew. I'm looking at Char. I fuck with Andrew too. I've done 2 podcasts with Andrew. Andrew came on my shit. I asked Charlamagne before that. I'm keeping a beat. I need you for a podcast episode for Off the Record, bro. Like, what we doing? Bro, you know, we got to keep it factual over here. Whenever you free, been too long. Hope 2022 been good to you. Senior move with Kevin Hart, keep leading. I'm watching. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sure his response too. I ain't no hater. He said, Peace, I'm coming soon. That's my word. How you? We start talking about some other shit. Okay, all right. You know what I mean? I need
the music in the background, like the dramatic, like sad music. Like, damn, brother. Like, you would think it was a soap opera for real.
for the pod. Yeah, I got you. I'm coming soon. All right, but how are you? All right, cool. If you talk about some other shit, I'm like, all right, okay. Bro, we all know how you deal with a chick that don't like you asking her, so when you gonna chill? Like she's like, oh, she swiping when your story be like, oh shit, what's up with you? Yo, when you trying to chill? She'd be like, soon, we gonna chill soon. But yeah, like, nah, I ain't gonna lie, that's a pretty vacation post you supposed to say. Well, bruh, that's what it is.
Now
you know what's funny, because Charlamagne has gone on Vlad's show, especially since they've been able to mend the issues that they had before. And Vlad has gone on the Breakfast Club. Akademiks does content with Vlad, and Vlad does content with Akademiks. So they're all cool. Akademiks has been on the Breakfast Club one time, finally, in all of the years of him doing his thing and being one of the top media guys. But after all of this, the amount of years that Charlamagne's been out here, the amount of years that Akademiks has been one of the main guys, the man is not pulled up on any of his platforms, not even a phone call during his live stream. Like, wagwan, fam. Like, yo, that's supposed to be your big bro, right? That's supposed to be freaking the OG, right? The OG never looks and say, hey, fam, let me pull up on your podcast. But he'll pull up on Vlad's show. So I can understand where Axe coming from. Well, let's see. Let's see where this goes.
Also made matters worse that Charlamagne would bring Loon on his podcast. Akademiks felt like, well, if you got time to bring up this nigga Loon on your podcast to come talk shit about me, even though we're supposed to be cool and I've been asking you to come on my podcast, that's a little bit strange. Now, for the next 2 years, Akademiks reassured the fans that everything was cool between him and Charlamagne. Anytime something happened in the media or anytime Lauren LaRosa talked about Akademiks would get online and tell people, nah, Charlamagne is my guy. I just spoke with him a couple hours ago. Well, fast forward to earlier this week, according to Akademiks, Charlamagne called him with some information, letting him know that somebody somewhere out there is spying on him. Now, here's where things went left. According to Akademiks, he asked Charlamagne who the exact person was. Charlamagne refused to give up his sources. And now,
you know what they're talking about, right? You know what they're talking about, right? I'll find it. I'll do that real quick. Real fucking quick. Because I just posted that shit. Where is it? It should be right here. Akademiks is under investigation. Pics of Grand Wizards is crazy.
I got told. So I was like, what's going on here? But everybody around me started getting targeted. It's kind of interesting. I got told recently that there's a ongoing dossier that was paid for and financed. Paid for and financed. That all of the stalking, the this, that, and third, and a lot of frivolous lawsuits said, Milagro, maybe you were part of it too, or maybe you're also on the list of, and I want to keep this again. By the way, Barbs to Nikki, make sure your queen is safe. I hear they are stalking and they took pictures of all of the people outside of their premises. Yes, I looked at pictures of what they claim is Grand Wizard outside of his house. They took his paparazzi shit. It's crazy. So the Barbs, protect Nikki. They're doing the same thing to her. Now, I keep asking the same question. Who is doing this? Who? Now, we're gonna try to figure this out together, because when I keep getting the same answer, we don't know. However, the information that they've gotten through this stalking, so by the way, I want to lay it out once again. They have this theory going on that Drake is funded politically by MAGA. I know it sounds crazy to you because you're normal. They also claim I'm funded politically, and that's why we're popular. They also claim Nicki is funded politically, and that's why she's linking up with Trump. They have tried to, now I'm pretty sure they can't get by the embassy to take pictures of Drake's kids, but I'm telling you that's where it's at. So I want to...
Wait, how are you so sure, Ak? They probably already did, fam.
Pick y'all brain. Who y'all think is doing this? Someone has created something, I call it a dossier, where they have came with this theory to say Drake, Aiden Ross, Nicki Minaj, Akademiks, and there's a few other people in the mix, but they have put out resources to, and when I mean stalk, this is like invasive stalking we're talking about. Like invasive stalking, but it's okay. Again, I was flabbergasted to see pictures that people took from across the street outside of a home they believe is for some people who, they're not even public figures.
And Grand Wizard lives all the way in friggin' Australia, if I'm not mistaken. So for them to be pulling up pictures of Grand Wizard, like, they're doing a lot of work.
Anyway. So that is the theory. Now, in trying to figure out who's behind this, every time I ask someone who claims they have seen info that came from this, they all say, we don't know who's this from. We don't know where this came from. We don't know why this is happening. Just be careful, Ak.
Just be
careful who you associate with. That's odd. I'm going to tell you why that's odd. Because even if you don't know where this info came from, it is ironic that only people that align a certain way gets the info.
Ooh.
It's not everybody that has the info. It's a certain people that have the info.
People like who? Charlamagne?
Shout out my man Charlamagne. He gave me a call. He said, Ak, this was going around. I seen it. So what? Where'd it come from? I don't know. Oh, okay.
See, that's the type of shit I don't like, bro. How you know that niggas is looking for me, bro? And why they so comfortable telling you? You ever hear that expression? I think Jay-Z might have been, I don't know if he coined it, but like, he was like, yo, niggas has told me that niggas is talking about you, man. And he's like, yeah? Why they so comfortable talking about me around you? All right, I think I mumbled my words there. Why they so comfortable talking about me around you, nigga? Come on, fam.
Charlotte, if I wasn't supposed to air you out on that, it's okay. But listen, I got to get to the bottom of this. I hear Laura LaRosa got it in the background. What Laura LaRosa got? What? Then I hear, oh, you got like one of the stooges that was on this show, and then this other guy that don't like you, and I'm like, what's going on here? Now, like for anything, I like to address things head on. But with that, you know, I don't like doing proxy wars. I like to just kick it off. I tell all y'all eat a dick. Straight up. All y'all eat a dick. Y'all ain't stopping nothing.
Frank
all y'all eat a dick.
All right, I'm late on the sound effect.
When there is entities that's plotting against me, don't be the messenger. You either with me or against me. No DJ Khaled's around my book. No DJ Khaled's around my book. Get the fuck away.
How they talking to you about me?
Now, I want to get into a few things.
All right. Let's go to Akademiks.
Now Akademiks feels like, well, fuck it. If you're not with me, you're against me.
Shout out my man Charlamagne. He gave me a call. He said, Ak, this was going around. I seen it. Oh, you got like Jay Khaled's speaking as if it's a reason why.
Guy that runs Akademiks mans, Grand Wizard, the guy that runs Akademiks TV. Somebody was spying on him. They got a picture of him outside of his crib, and those pictures were made public. So, after getting his pictures leaked, and after Charlamagne refused to give up his sources to Akademiks,
he's doxing the man. I think Grand Wizard, I think he might be Asian or something like that. They're out here doxing the man. Wow. That's like somebody taking a picture of Six Buzz and then leaking it into the freaking interwebs. Like no mask on. Same thing with Keep Six Solid. Yo, I got Keep Six Solid's picture. Yo, they're very influential Drake page. I'm gonna leak this. Oh, holy shit. Yo, Keep Six. Careful out there, fam. I know Akademiks mentioned Nicki Minaj and other people, and sometimes he kind of overlooks the Toronto stuff, like even though he fucks with Toronto heavy. But he might forget. Keep Six has been a very Drake friendly page, especially over the battle time. You would have thought that Drake won the battle if you go on Keep Six's page, right? So if they're taking pictures of Grand Wizard and leaking that into the public, Keep Six, as we used to say back in the days, Keep Six, my nigga. They're watching.
he then says fuck it and tells Grand Wizard, post any negative thing you can on Charlamagne. I don't give two fucks anymore, and it's wartime. These guys are now planning to cancel Charlamagne, or at least get him to lose his Netflix deal. It's all nasty, you guys. If you guys go to Akademiks TV on Twitter, it's been nothing but nasty propaganda against Charlamagne. Grand Wizard is pulling up any old clip about Charlamagne, and he starts every tweet saying,
Grand. Oh shit. I need to check my DMs.
Netflix podcaster Charlamagne basically trying to get Netflix attention to eventually do something to Charlamagne. And yes, every negative tweet on Akademiks TV page has been approved by Akademiks.
Not gonna lie, I was saddened. Unfortunately, I had to declare war on the entire hip-hop media. It's not necessarily me, but I had to take the gloves off. My team, my people, at the end of the day, I got to pick who's aligned with me, and the people who rock with me, they're the people I got to protect. They've been targeted, harassed. We don't know about who. We gonna find out at some point. And I've been kind of holding them back for the majority part for almost a year. Keep in mind, these are, if y'all think I'm nasty, these people are worse.
Let me read this. Netflix podcaster Charlamagne the God was interviewed for Surviving R. Kelly documentary. The horrific moment Netflix podcaster. Accusations against Netflix podcaster Charlamagne the God have been resurfaced after tweet of Netflix podcaster Bumbaclaw. Yo, he's trying to drag this nigga into the ground.
Birds of a feather, right? So yeah, it was kind of saddened yesterday because with the constant harassment that's been coming towards the team for like damn near a year, I had to tell him, I said, listen, the gloves is off, do what y'all gotta do. You know what I mean? If whoever, and I don't know who it is, if they're not playing fair, let's make sure we don't play fair. So I was very saddened yesterday. Actually, that's probably one of the reasons I probably didn't stream. I was a little bit sad. And I was just like, because I would rather not get to the point, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, sometimes you got to burn down the whole building to figure out what the source of the issue was.
Burn it down.
So it is what it is.
Now, here's where things get interesting, you guys. I'm not sure if this smear campaign is going to work. These are not going to be surprising to anybody Charlamagne works with. Just like Joe Budden does with all his business partners, he puts everything on the table. Everything from their past has been revealed. It's been talked about. I'm pretty sure Netflix, before they got into business with Charlamagne, is well aware of everything from his past. And so is iHeartRadio and anybody else.
iHeart was there during the time when he was doing a lot of the wild shit, while he was still out there cheating on his wife, being crazy, all that type shit that he talks about. After this is done, I'm going to listen to the Brilliant Idiots podcast. All right. So it's not like, I guess by proxy a supporter of Charlamagne the God. I've been entertained by his content for at least 11, 12 years. Right? But like the way that Ak has been trying to deal with it now, as far as the loudness of his voice, it might sway opinions on things that people already know. And he might be putting on people that might not already know neither. Right? Like Chick said, his business partners, Charlamagne's business partners already know. But there's a part of the fan base, especially the younger fan base coming up, that don't know about this shit. All right? As somebody who watches Star, Troy Terrain has brought this up a multitude of times. He even had the same gal on his show, and he got the full story from her. I'm not going to play it here because Star don't play when it comes to his content, but Star bust this story all open maybe about 6 years ago. So this is not like private information or something that's like you got to dig really deep into the internet to find.
Charlamagne partners with. So you gotta imagine the next step is legal. Charlamagne is most likely going to have his lawyers send some kind of legal paperwork to Akademiks and also Akademiks TV, possibly a cease and desist for defamation and harassment. And keep in mind, Charlamagne now has fuck you money. So you only have to assume that Charlamagne is going to do anything.
Charlamagne was setting cease and desist before he had fuck you money. Okay? If I'm not mistaken, I think Star might have caught a cease and desist. So he doesn't need fuck you money to go lawyer up.
To protect himself, his money, his name, and also his entire brand. Now, I do not fuck with anybody being doxxed. But with that being said, you gotta know that Grand Wizard, the guy behind this Akademiks TV page, he's probably pissed off so many people that who knows who his enemy is. Everybody already knows Akademiks TV page does nothing but spread lies and propaganda about people. There's been so many tweets that's had to be taken down from that page. And so many people...
Smartest thing Akademiks ever did is to let the public know that he's not the one who's posting on the Akademiks TV page. All right. He posts on the DJ Akademiks Instagram and Twitter, which is his own, and he has his whatchamacallit, his I Am Akademiks Instagram, like his personal page. But he made sure to make it clear that he's got people working behind the scenes who handle those other pages, and it's not him. Okay. At any time that you see a post on the Twitter or the Instagram, it's not him, because he knew people are going to be cheesed at this page, especially like the kind of relationship that Grand Wizard has with Drake. It's like, it's not a kind of propaganda like Drake's paying him, but like I think he's a super Drake fan. So there's nothing you can say to Grand Wizard to make him post. Like last night I talked about the Aristo shit. You think Grand Wizard would ever post something about something like that, bro? About Drake calling the next rapper a pedophile back in 2017? He wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people look at that as like a Drake propaganda page. It's just somebody who's super, I won't say stand out, but like a big fan of Drake, and Drake communicates with him. Like he's probably like freaking extra stoked. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I freaking talked to a rapper that I'm a super fan of.
Have told Akademiks about it, but for some reason, he still kept on letting Grand Wizard get away with propaganda and lies on that page. So you'd have to imagine that he probably pissed somebody off, somebody with power and somebody with big money, enough to go and spend money and put private investigators on them. This whole situation could have easily been avoided if Akademiks would have just told Grand Wizard to chill on the propaganda on Akademiks TV Twitter page. If Charlamagne gave you a courtesy call and gave you a heads up saying, bro, Ak, it's niggas on you and your mans. Be careful. As a media personality, I'm not sure how you can possibly start waging war against somebody that looked out for you.
Is that a courtesy call or is that a warning? All right, Shigs, don't be a Charlamagne orbiter. I know mans over there are trying to make sure that they stay in good favor, and I should be doing the same. But like, just keep it real, fam. That sounded more like a warning than hey, you know, just a friendly, just heads up, brother.
One rule in media is to never reveal your sources. If the roles were reversed, I don't think Akademiks would reveal his sources to Charlamagne. If this continues, this is going to go all the way left. You guys get in the comments below.
All right. Let's see what Akademiks has to say about all of this. Akademiks. All right, let's get rid of some of these screens. Let's see what Ak got to say.
They got me feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride no way.
Chat. You know they say heavy is the head that wears a crown. They've put out the hip hop media list 4 times now. I'm batting a pretty good rate. Twice at number 1. What's the problem? Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. The severe belt to ass, and now since most of those guys who used to feel like they had a chance of competing, they're all unemployed. They're also just kind of outside the fray. Like they're just. I know y'all been like, Ak, why you haven't been streaming?
Yo, Black Paint wants to know what's the PayPal for. Anybody who, if you want to do any donations, also PayPal is available. We you know, we get it all over the place, there, brother.
Because I'm watching like these guys like
30 for 30, we out here.
Motion. It's really weak. And I've realized that these guys have gotten to the lowest I've ever seen. And almost to the point where I think people forgot who Akademiks is. And I'm going to start this all off by saying this, okay? I see and I hear what a bunch of y'all media niggas in hip-hop is doing, which is built purely out of jealousy for me and the platform and because we run this shit. And I want to let everybody know, the gloves is off. You know I love this part. We could all go to war. I'll tell you what that entails. I like to get personal. And for anybody who's going to be like, Ak, you're going to be doing too much, because you know how I get super personal. Oh, I'll find out the baby mamas. I'll find out the missing kids. I'll find out everything. And I'm putting this out for every media personality.
Everybody.
Not because they put me number 1. I'm not the same slimy, sick nigga that really got at everybody else. But I'm saying that because I don't know if maybe I'm supposed to take the high road now, but I'm never the high road type of guy. I'm always the where did it go? Where did it go? Low, you can take him to help. So I'm gonna just warn y'all now. Prepare for all fuckery.
I'm right there with you, brother.
And I want to also make it clear. There's no bystanders. So they ain't no you listen, we ain't doing no DJ Khaled shit. But I want to explain where that energy is coming from. Chat, I've been just sitting here doing my thing. Iceman's number 1, biggest media personality, biggest rappers. I've been watching the jokes. I love the jokes too. You know, they'd be like, oh, Drake, I like it. It's cool. Y'all did the same thing with me in 6ix9ine. It's fine. I'm cool. But I'm starting to realize the lies that's brewing up. I realize that there's a stalking effort. Like this week, I've found out that supposedly out of...
Okay, so I've already played this part. Let's get to here.
We're going to try to figure this out together. Because when I keep getting the same answer, we don't know. However, the information that they've gotten through this stalking, so by the way, I want to lay it out once again. They have this theory going on that Drake is funded politically by MAGA. I know. It sounds crazy to you because you're normal. They also claim I'm funded politically, and that's why we're popular. Year, where they have came with this theory to say Drake, Aiden Ross, Nicki Minaj, Akademiks, and there's a few other people in the mix, but
what's the dirt?
They have put out resources to, and when I mean stalk, this is like invasive stalking we're talking about.
XQC.
Like invasive stalking, but it's okay. Again, I was flabbergasted to see pictures. Shout out my man Charlamagne. He gave me a call. He said, Ak, this was going around. I seen it. So what? Where'd it come from? I don't know. Oh, okay. Charlotte, if I wasn't supposed to air you out on that, it's okay. But listen, against me, don't be the messenger. You either with me or against me. No DJ Khaled's around my book. No DJ Khaled's around my book.
Okay, so yeah, we covered all of this. So where do we go from here, man? Akademiks versus Charlamagne the God. It's like Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying? The teacher and the student now engage in war. I don't know, man. There's a part of me that feels like maybe Akademiks might be overreacting a little bit because of paranoia, right? And I could understand why he's paranoid. So people start sending pictures of you and your homies and shit like that, and it's like, bruh, well, go on. And then you're starting to get it from a person who's supposed to be what they call a shill or shrill or whatever the word is for the left, right? Charlamagne the God, I think he had Kamala Harris not only on the Breakfast Club, but like on his own platform. You feel me? So like he's very much intertwined with the Democratic Party. But the optimist in me is saying, you know what? So what? And even if people were right about Drake and Aiden Ross and all these guys being some kind of something for the right, who gives a fuck in the end of the day? If you don't agree with their political views, cool. Do you enjoy the music? If that affects what you think about their content and it makes you not want to watch their shit anymore, that's cool too. But there's going to be a percentage of people who either, like myself, don't care or agree with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say like, yo, it's not that important, because that would really be me minimizing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand that politics are extremely important, and part of the reason part of the ways why politics can move around or how it moves around is through narratives and swaying the opinions of the public. Okay, so if you can infiltrate the hip hop culture where so many young people are tuned in, and then start getting some of those people to convert to become right-wing people or left-wing people, getting Meg Thee Stallion or whoever on stage, you know, oh shit, I like her shit, you know, I'm gonna vote Democrat. Then it is what it is. But at the same time, bro, I don't think we're all that involved in it. Are you guys in the chat affected by somebody's political beliefs? Let me know. All right. One in the comments, if somebody's political beliefs don't matter to you at all, you'll still consume the content. 2 in the chat, if their political beliefs will literally make you shut that shit off. You feel me? Like, oh, you're watching, who's a really beloved creator that like everybody loves? You're watching Drewski one day, and then you find out after Drewski made the whiteface videos of Erica Kirk, and you know, he's made so many funny skits that have gotten you through your day or your week. You see Drewski with a red hat like this, but instead it says, "Make America Great Again." Like tomorrow, he just pops up on the gram and just takes a freaking thirst trap pic with the MAGA hat on. Are you gonna stop consuming Drewski's content? Is he not funny anymore? Okay, let me know. All right. 1 in the chat, if you found out tomorrow that Drewski was super pro MAGA, if you're gonna still consume his content. 2 in the chat if it's like, nah, bro, it's over for that, bro. I'm not listening to that. I'm not watching this shit anymore. Unfollow. Right? Snoop Dogg for sure. Like, niggas are still listening to Gin and Juice. Drop it like it's hot. Niggas are not like, yo, turn that shit off. He was at the Trump rally. We act like we're super like offended and shit, like in real time when it's happening. But then when the shit dies down, there's niggas who listen to R. Kelly still, and women. There's women, and people might think, yo, well, Friday, come on, man, this is how many years ago? But it is mad years ago, and there's women. 90% of the freaking demographic at a Chris Brown concert are gal them. And there's pictures of Rihanna's face out in the world. Okay? I notice people are gonna be like, yo, get over it. It was 20 years ago. All right. There's a lot of people who might have even experienced that themselves, who ain't gonna get over it. Okay? So I say that to say there's a lot of people who have done things that you don't fuck with, or have beliefs in things you don't fuck with. Kanye West, the man made a whole Heil H-Man song, and he apologized after and dropped the album with some slaps. And a lot of people have accepted him back. Yes, of course, he got banned in the UK and in Australia and a few other places. And he's still working his way back into favor. But a lot of people are ready to forgive that nigga right away. And there's a lot of people that didn't even have to forgive him. They agreed with him. So in the end of the day, all of these people's beliefs or their actions don't really affect how we consume the content. We can act like it does, but it really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's just something for us to basically argue about on the internet. But anywho, salute to Akademiks and salute to Charlamagne the God. All right, it's a tricky game out there. I want to check the poll before we continue to our next story. I asked, will Akademiks get C the God canceled? Only 39% of y'all believe that he will, and the rest of y'all, 61%, you don't believe it. You don't see it, and I agree. Right? Not only because Charlamagne has a lot of money, it's just like what I said earlier. A lot of this shit has already been revealed to the public. So what are you really going to do to a guy who puts everything out there himself? All right. So salute to both parties. Let's get to some Toronto rap for a quick second. All right. I found something on Reddit. I spoke about both of these gentlemen yesterday, but Toronto rap is back. All right. Today is Friday, May 29th. So, on Friday, new music gets released. And last night we found out that Duvy dropped the project, as well as Savv4x dropped the project. Okay. These are two young individuals who are out there. Duvy's inside right now, but with Savv out there putting out music, getting that young fan base all tapped in. And it's just dope that they both dropped on the same day. I was kind of worried last night when we were doing the live stream, and let me just pull this up over here, because I was like, is Savv trying to beef with Duvy? But I think it was more of kind of thing to gain attention online so that both of them can benefit from their projects dropping. Okay, this is just my assumption. But let me play this courtesy of Torontology, and big salute to Shade in the Six popping up in the chat.
The city's about to crash, bro. I'm not gonna lie, fam. The city's about to crash, bro. We got 2 freaking albums dropping at nighttime, bro. Holy. If you're a fan of Toronto music, bro, y'all better tap in, bro, because we got Duvy dropping Surviving 17, and then we got Savv dropping, bro. Now, listen, I'm not getting paid by nobody to do this. I know you guys think I'm on some of these people's payroll. I'm not, okay? I'm not. I'm a fan of the music, and I'm gonna report on it. Just like Friday, just like Gutsy, just like everybody else in the city. So y'all can decide who has the better music. Y'all can decide all that other shit. I'm a fan. I'm gonna be listening to the music, and y'all decide who got the better album tonight.
Ooh, and if I continue through Torontology, let's just do a quick scroll. Hunter Holden breaks down after Drake cosigns Booggz. What the fuck is going on here? Let's get back. We'll get back to that in a second. Let me not get sidetracked.
That dinner was kind of.
We'll get to the Booggz cosign in a minute. I kind of promised last night that I wasn't going to do no Booggz stories because I was like 3 days in a row Booggz, but like, bomb. We'll get to it. So Duvy album destroyed Savv's album on Apple Music. Apparently Duvy charted at number 6 on Apple Music, if I'm not mistaken. So here's Savv at number 44. And who else is in there? Metro Boomin. I don't know who this is. The Life of Pablo is still up there? Holy. the Drake Toronto slang thing. We'll do a full Reddit deep dive in a minute. Okay, that's next. We'll get back to that. Because that is funny. Let's see. Where's the Duvy album? Number 6. Like I said, number 6. Surviving 17. Yeah, this is a smart move because Surviving 17, Savv was doing all that 17, all of the things yesterday. So now both of these guys have dropped albums. Let me see what else they're saying over here. Duvy's new album hits number 6 on Apple Music top albums. Okay, so he's in there with great company. Iceman, baby. All right, I don't know who this is. Bermuda Triangle. Maid of Honor. Who the fuck is Charlamagne and Goosandu? Okay. Don Toliver. And then Duvy. And Duvy's in jail to have such a strong fan base. All right, there's another post here. Tall Up Twin cosigns Duvy. He put some fire emojis here in the underneath the post from Six Trench, which is kind of weird because he's from up top Jane and Finch. Duvy's from Southside Jane and Finch, and those two blocks beef with each other. So for him to be giving props and putting fire emojis in here, we're breaking ground, gang. We're breaking ground. All right, here's the SoundCloud link for Savv's new album. Let me see. This is the part of the, and listen, for anybody who's watching over here on YouTube right now, this is probably the part of the YouTube video that is going to get blocked out because I got to check out some of this shit. I'm sorry, gang. I'm not sorry because shit, we're going to get to hear some music. But for people who are watching the replay, a lot of this stuff's going to get cut out. Let's see what's going on with the Duvy album first. Let's see. Duvy. What are the top songs? Nightmares, 4.4 million. God damn, nigga. Surviving 17. Let's get to eat. Let me hear the intro. Hold on. And yo, salute to you, Realistic, man. Let me just chill for a second. Let me let it breathe for a second because I don't want to get copyrighted, man. But I just want to hear this shit, man. Come on, YouTube, man. YouTube. Stop, bro. Just let the man them. Just let a little tune run, fam. I can run sound effects over it. Like, just come on, fam. Let us enjoy the tunes.
I know what it is for real, I don't want no strings attached. What do I got for putting on press and they just go put me last?
Let's go.
This shit on the niggas pass. I sit down my temper back. I just wanna grab the wheel and crash out. But I been looking for my time. They great nigga make it out. I was a young nigga, but I rode them older niggas. Ain't had no big dogs from the block. They sold some lies to niggas.
You love hip hop.
I know, Realistic, man. On Kick, you can go crazy with this shit, bro. Over here on YouTube, bro, they got us in a chokehold, fam. Let me just pick a tune. Bloody Academy. What's that about? Shit. Like, yo, fam, how many tunes did you record before you went away? Boy, how many tunes are on this? 12 tunes, bro. Yo, there's mans who are on road who are not putting out this much music, eh? You niggas should be embarrassed. I think this is the second project since he's been away. You guys should be embarrassed. And they don't even sound like throwaways. It sounds like man's like, yo, I just recorded this yesterday. Yo, check this.
This shit off the time, man. Like every other track.
Talk to him.
Murder with a new gun. Yeah, everyone remind you. Say he slime him. And deep I no hugs. Keep it a fake love. You know this ain't nothing to me. Fell in love with the bird. Drop the codeine. Rockstar life, I'm geek. This shit off the time, man. Like every other track.
You gonna record back in 2021? I like it like it's today.
Murder with another one. Murder with a new gun. Yeah, rewind, remind ya. Say he slime, we slime him. And deep, I want no hugs. People are fake love. You know this ain't nothing to me. Fell in love with the bird, drop the codeine. Rockstar life, I'm geek. Stop it. Pull up, you know that we spark it.
You love hip hop.
Say you gon' do it. Pull up, talking ain't doing it. Shoot it. She fell in love with feelings. You know you better
Jesus Christ, brother. Okay, one more. The last tune on let's hear what the last tune sounds like. These are all gonna get cut out for the people who are watching on YouTube on the replay. All right, so my bad. Go check out the Duvy album, Surviving 17. Okay. Let me just chill. I'm probably doing way too much. I'm just running tunes indiscriminately. I'm feeling this. For so far, I just randomly picking tracks. Bro, I need to get saved. Still download. All right. Download that bit of the ditch. Let's see what's going on with Savv4x. Okay, we got to get into some music segments. 30 for 30, gang. We out here, man. This shit playing games. Come on, man. What's the album? Let's go to his page. Here we go. Savv4x. You know what it is? Because people kept on calling him 4X, myself included. So he had to make sure that when you see the 4 and the X next to each other, that's for 4 times. Savv4x. Let's see what's on here. We got 17 tracks. Well, we already established that. Let's hear what Rolling Loud sounds like. I'm definitely going to get a copyright for this. So let's go. Well, go on, Sav. I was ready for I'm taking a shot like I play for the Clippers. But like I was ready for some of that. Like this nigga just went over to a whole other direction. I'm not mad at this. It took me a minute to kind of understand what was happening, but I'm like, okay. If you go in there, I'm going with you, brother. Let's go. Yo, I'm not mad at this. Okay. Let's hear what else is on here. What's Anna about? Okay. I want to hear something that's more in his vein of pause. Let me hear this. It's like an interlude. It's okay. Let me hear some drill. All these songs don't even look like titles that sound like drill shit. Do it for me. Brother, chill. Relax. It's a lot of bars, brother. Holy fuck, man. I gotta let it breathe for a second. Breathe, Sav. Breathe. Nigga went into the booth. Eyes pupils started dilating and shit, and this nigga just took flight, went to space, bro. Like, nigga, can't be spazzing out on the beat like that, fam. You're gonna get the man them cheese, bro. Niggas like that shit over there, nigga. Don't like that shit over there. Fuck this nigga think he is. Holy shit, brother. Okay. I think we get the point. That's the one. Villain Part 3. Yeah. I'm down on this whole shit too. Whew. Yeah, he did spaz. Holy. All right. So listen, these 2 albums are available right now for your listening consumption. You know what? Let me stay into Toronto music while we are here before we get to some of our civic duties. Hold on. Let me just do a quick check on my time. Okay. I'm doing good for time. There was something I saw earlier. Let's just do a quick surf. What do you guys want me to check out? Oh, okay. Let me check this out first, and then we'll go. Or surfing. Why you guys always trying to make me bring up old shit, man? Yo, Drizzy, I didn't post this, okay? Look, it's not me. Somebody out here on Reddit, they clowning you, bro.
Really romantic. My dinner was candlelight. It was really dark, really romantic. Got to know them much better, so it was fun. Do you have like your words up there that like kind of funky and weird?
The guys at our school, instead of addressing people like the group, like saying like, "What are you guys doing?" Say, "Man's like you." Really weird.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm trying to smoke, bro. Yo, the K-Barbs be bringing this shit up. Like, look, he don't even like you guys slang. The nigga was like 16 years old, bro. Like, allow him, bro.
Yeah, so man's like you were going to that, and then just means like the group.
Crew.
That's interesting.
It's not.
Watch Ryan. Hey, I think people are saying that this guy is the one who sold back the OVO chain, OVO Ryan. Or I don't know if he's OVO Ryan anymore. Okay? Yeah, Looney, you can't bury it. Yo, this video will live on the internet forever. Rewind.
My dinner was candlelight. It was really dark, really romantic. Got to know them much better, so it was fun. Do you have like your words up there that like kind of funky and weird?
The guys at our school, instead of addressing people like the group, like saying like, "What are you guys doing?" Say, "Man's like you." It's really weird. Yeah. So man's like you were going to that, and then just means like the group.
Crew.
That's interesting.
It's not. It's really ignorant.
What? Okay, listen, why am I acting like the first time I've heard this? But every time I hear that, it's really ignorant. This is why they don't like me, bro. You know what's funny? I'm such a piece of shit. Oh man, this is why these niggas fucking hate my guts, bro. They hate like me. Oh, I'm crying. Why'd you make me play that video, nigga? I'm gonna put it on you. Whoever was on the chat was like, "Yo, what about that video?" I'll put it on you, fam. That wasn't on my list. Look, where's my list? That shit wasn't on my list. All right? There was nowhere on my list that it said, go look up the Drizzy video from back in the day. All right? Fuck off, man. It's not my fault. Oh.
Expecting maybe one album to drop from Drake. He dropped 3 simultaneously, and as you say, they all have kind of a different feel to them. Has he had an impact, do you think, on the Canadian music industry?
Oh, most definitely, right? With me having my podcast here, the We Love Hip Hop podcast, just Drake being such an influential person worldwide, especially in America, he's been able to create a conversation for us over here in Canada where a lot of people have been able to benefit from his popularity or from his success. People like The Weeknd, Tory Lanez, the fact that Toronto is even in the conversation is as a result of Drake's success.
I mean, the answer to this probably is no, but I'll ask it anyway. Is there a Toronto sound that maybe he contributes to?
I don't know about maybe the Toronto sound, but he's definitely embraced the Toronto slang a lot more, which has made it where the artists are a little bit more comfortable embracing it as well. So I guess the answer would be yes, technically, because he's made it a little bit more easier for us to say wagwan and yo fam and different things like that.
What?
Yeah. So man's like you were going to that, and then just means like the group.
Crew.
That's interesting.
It's not. It's really ignorant.
And the American audience automatically understands what we're saying.
As I understand it.
Am I wrong? Can't two things be true? Fuck, man.
What about rude? That's rude.
Yo, OVO Ryan, you need to answer for something, bro. Niggas are saying that, yo, multiple people are saying, yo, it's the OVO Ryan guy. Yo, trust me, Friday, it's the OVO Ryan guy. Like, people are sending me DMs. It's him, right? OVO Ryan, right? This is OVO Ryan, right?
Rude. That's rude.
No.
That's a good thing. That's fat. That's dope.
Yeah, I hear that.
These are.
Is that fucking Paris Hilton? There's a Paris, a knockoff Temu Paris Hilton.
Old school, like.
Yeah, I was that old school. I don't really talk like that. No.
Yeah, that's true.
You see that's hot.
Act like that.
You see that a lot. That's hot.
When I was really
Listen, y'all slang is still based off of friggin' our slang. Maybe not us directly, but yo, that's hot. Oh, that's dope. Okay, where you get that from? Hip hop. Shut the fuck up. Weirdos. I'm not saying about Drake and them. The two girls. Oh my God, we like to say stuff like hot instead. All right. You're a loser. Okay. Let me start this from the top. So, just a quick Booggz story. Booggz Bangetti, he has gotten the Drake cosign again. All right. He already had the Drake cosign from time. He said he has 3 unreleased Drake songs from time. And since he's been home, people have been like, yo, Booggz is going crazy. The Reddit is saying that he has mental issues.
Keep quiet. That came here.
They're saying that he said he had schizophrenia. And lo and behold, out of the blue, Drizzy Drake gave him the cosign. So let's pull it up. I found it originally on 6 Trench. So big salute to 6 Trench. Let's go to 6 Trench and see. So if I go over to their page here, where is it here? Malvern, okay, here it is. Again. All right, so I don't know where Drizzy is right now. I watched this video mad times. Like, yo, is that a Drizzy lookalike? Like, well, go on, right? And the boy just revived Booggz' career. And watch Booggz in the comments. Slime him out, twin. It's a big cosign still. I wonder if that still works. Like, the Drake stimmy still have the same? Does it still do the same stimming in 2026? Let me know in the chat. One in the chat if the Drake stimmy still hits this. Pause. If the Drake stimmy still hits this hard. Or 2 in the chat is like, nah, we can go get it like a Kanye stimmy now. All right, comeback of the year for Booggz? Possibly. So this is why they're saying that our We Love Hip Hop host, Honcho Hoodlum, has been crashing out. Honcho Hoodlum breaks down after Drake cosigns Booggz. All right, and this is something from his Instagram stories. Is this something fresh? Because this is like real-time shit. Let's go to this page. He might have this up right now. What's in here? Stop following my bitches, yo. Bear laughing emoji. I know a couple of y'all going through my followers. That's why I stopped following my tapers. Interesting.
Yeah, 27, time to sell. 30, 50% off. Over 35.
Why are they they're trying to make it like
Listen, right? Every female.
They're trying to make it like he's spiraling or something.
Niggas wanna shut.
Oh. Niggas be in the studio rapping about shit they did on Warzone. Okay. Rap cap is at an all-time high, shaking my head. We need to bring back music with substance.
Round like me, round like me, then walk.
Interesting. Is he dissing? I don't know if he's dissing. Let me see what Booggz is saying. I'm not going to stay super long on the Booggz story. Let me see what Booggz is saying. Because he must be ecstatic. I remember I had the organization track. I know I must have it. I know I have it on a hard drive somewhere.
Yes, I have my mask on, you know, but it's only because I'm like, you know, but this is the shit I love. I don't have no kids because I take care of these ones, right? Yeah. Don't worry. I'm so famous. This practice is only at the specific school today because it's hot outside.
Brother, the wind is crazy.
It's okay. But I don't even live in Toronto anymore, guys. So don't worry about me. I'm in Toronto right now, bro. So yes, I have my mask on, you know, but it's only because I'm like, you know, but this is the shit I love. I don't have no kids because I take.
What's going on in your stories there, brother? He reposted it. Oh, he collaborated on it. Oh, he's definitely like, yeah, look.
A lot of people would like to have you as they sellies, probably. A lot of people like to have you as they sellies.
And all that shit, cuz.
No, put that out, man, so they can see what's going on.
So even though I bust down blocks, right, I still bring the kids to soccer practice. You know, I'm very responsible. Some days I crash out, but never like, come on, man, you know? Let's go, DJ!
People would like to have you as they sellies, probably. A lot of people like.
Yes, I have my mask on, you know, but it's not my fault. I'm not just anybody. I'm not just anybody. Whoa, so I wake up. Don't be mad about me, cause I'm the one excited. Don't be mad if I don't get excited, babe. Better to arrive. Would have thought she had a belly. Lil' bro keep her machine gun.
What is this? Stop leaking. What is this? Oh, play that again. Nah, listen, now I'm leaking shit. Pause.
Would have thought she had a belly. Lil' bro keep her machine gun like Kelly. Free Picasso, gotta take care of my celly. I do. Brought it to the churches and she looking sexy. She said, take me to there. I'm like, when you ready? Take me to there. Keep a clock. They call me Ben Dirty.
Oh yeah, they have the whole album, I think, over there. This shit sounds fire still. Who made these beats?
Hands keep it steady. I let her shoot and take her to Moretti. Push her at the speed and say I'm deadly. That's my bitch, not too friendly. She say I'm in the hood and a Bentley. I keep killers with me. I got dealers with me. I got scammers with me. I got robbers with me. I got shooters with me. She shoot 50-50. Send the pack, she a smuggler. Smack it up, get it to the customers.
Yo, you guys are playing like a minute of the man's tune? That's flagrant. Holy. I'm there thinking to myself, wait a minute, am I watching these guys' Instagram stories? Even you, Booggz, you're letting a minute of this song leak in on your Instagram stories? Flow is crazy for real, right? Listen, fam, like, no matter how much these niggas be like, yo, Booggz, he's crazy, yo, he's a psychopath, blah, blah, blah. The nigga makes some fire music, fam.
Then it's stuck with her. That's all you guys get. That's all you guys get. Listen.
Wow. Hold on. We need in the comments. What do you guys think of that one? What do you guys think of that one? Exo Chanelli.
What's this say here? Whatever war you fighting, keep going. You deserve to feel that accomplishment when you overcome the odds and reach victory. Where do you get this quote from? Like an hour ago. Where's this? Yo, Booggz needs to send me the files, bro. Send me the files, Booggz. I know you watch any content with your name attached to it, brother. Send the files, brother. Let me hear that shit. I ain't gonna leak it, brother. I'll just listen to it on my own time until you drop the shit. Let me go to this interview because you mentioned the Drake cosigns a couple of times in our interview. Let's see.
We had the legendary interview over there on 6 Views Uncut, right?
I don't even timestamp this bitch.
It's a trilogy. But we're not going to talk about 24. Maybe I'll come back and, you know what I'm saying? I'm dropping a mixtape, not for sale. Because, you know, like, I feel like, you know, they say I'm trending right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so the label's like, hey, let's drop.
Yeah. So why name it Not For Sale?
Skinny
I'm
Rick.
not a sellout.
Do you feel that it's
more money because there's more people on Spotify?
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? So do the math. I probably, independently, I probably would have ran up like $80K in a year. That year, like, if I didn't sign. If I just it. I still say, yeah, I want to.
I asked about organization. This is my old studio over in like downtown.
Song. I don't know what happened. But like, and then
okay,
but
right here.
coming out of that time of the year.
Yeah.
And I think the Sway Lee song like must have flopped or something like. That song is so hard. I don't know what happened there. But like, Drake Played to Me in London is the hardest song I ever heard.
Right.
I didn't even know it was Sway Lee. It was like one of those Afro bop songs, like, you know, like unforgettable shit. But like, I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know it was Sway Lee. Like, this is the hardest song. I don't know what happened. But like, but then yeah, organization leaked. Then I didn't know it leaked. Then it's trending on Twitter. It's the first time I was trending on Twitter in Canada. You know what I'm saying? So I was trending on Twitter in Canada. Organization, Booggz. Or no, not even Booggz, GME, because at that time, he just shouted out GME or whatever.
Right. Okay, so then it leaks. It's people are starting to hit you up now.
When that first leak happens, and everyone finds out I have a Drake song, that's when all the like ops and the devil and the evil eyes start coming out.
Okay, so then what? Immediately the day that it leaks, what's your phone like, fam?
Told you, remember, I didn't even know it leaked until my homie May called me like, yo, you're trending on Twitter right now. Like, what? He's like, yo, go check Twitter. He's like, yo, organization. I'm like, what? Then Smiley called me, I think. Then Smiley called me. Smiley, like, well, you leak it? Well, he obviously knows they didn't leak it, but I was like, what?
I forgot about this.
What's going on? Like, you know, cause I don't know. Remember,
your X-Files sound.
Yeah, you know, I already have a sound, so I'm like, yo, what's going on? And then I just go on Instagram. Oh, the leak's not even on the gram. The leak's on Twitter. It's like so crazy leaks, I can't even find the leak.
Yeah,
so,
and Americans are talking about it too. Like, yo, you hear that Drake verse?
Exactly,
What's going on?
And that's why it was going crazy because they never heard a Drake flow like that.
Yeah.
That was that Bang Getty, like, that was that scummy flow that Drake was on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So is the hood hollering at you too? Like,
I remember the flow, and I was like, Drake, something, organization. Like, he was going crazy on that. Niggas was like, yo, why is Drake snapping on this beat? And then Smiley comes on to the song. And then I don't remember hearing Booggz after. I think Booggz part had gotten cut out. Or no, I think he had just got... I wish I could find that shit. But if I play that, it's not going to get a copyright notice. It's going to get like a copyright strike. And I'm sure it still exists. Drake, Smiley, or Goodnight. Look. Right there. Right here. This is them listening to it in the...
That organization joint. I'm gonna run it after this too. The full joint.
Shaking pots on the stove, but I don't do bacon.
Yeah, he is on it. He is on it. Okay. Enough. I'm not gonna get myself in trouble.
Yo, fam. Yo, you got a Drake song, fam. Walk on, bro.
You know, remember, I already had one. My whole hood already knows I had a Drake song. Low key. We move in silence. It's not like this shit's. You talk about it when it's out.
Yeah,
that's why that's why like I got a Drake song. I used to play it all the time, and I stopped playing it because like, when it comes out, it comes out. Like I used to play for bitches all the time. Like, you want to hear the song? Me and the boy? It's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not good that it's still on YouTube. How many versions of it are on YouTube? There's this one. This has 55,000 views. This one, 59,000 views. Even this clip here is embedded in one of my videos that are on YouTube right now, from this Akademiks live stream that he did back in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And look, Booggz on getting on organization. See, I even clipped it. It's on We Love Hip Hop Clips. Go check out the Clips channel. You know what? Matter of fact, let me run it off the fucking Clips channel.
Some more organization questions.
And I wrote the hook.
Yeah.
Then when I got to the studio, they sent me Murder and Sky are sending in all the beats.
Right.
Murder Beats, Skywalker, my producer.
Right.
I was going on Beer Sky Beats, my producer. I want to make sure my producer gets his placements on this tape, you know? Maybe even the Drake song, right? But then boom, Murder sent me the pack. Me and Murder are been locked in.
Right.
So Murder sent me like a 30 pack.
Murder on the beats because it's not nice.
Ran through, then the organization beat came on. It's crazy. The organization beat, I wrote that hook at my house, just no beat, no nothing. Just chilling at my house. I don't know what happened. I wrote the hook.
Yeah.
Then when I got to the studio, me and Smiley were like mostly freestyle. And then when I heard that beat, I was like, oh, I already knew I had a hook, like a hard hook.
So Smiley was in the studio with you?
Yeah, me and Smiley were in the studio together.
Okay,
yeah.
dope.
So boom, I made the hook. Then remember, the way how me and Smiley recording, we're not recording, like we're recording right in the studio. Like say the computer that's right here, we're right beside it. So like
so no booth.
No booth, exactly. So everyone's quiet. So like after I cut my verse, everyone's like, yo, that's either the hardest verse or the most trashy verse. Because you know you can't hear, you can only just hear me rapping, you can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Then when this shit dropped, it was like, oh fuck. Remember, at that point, we were already like, organization was made our third session, our fourth session, you know? So we already had some hard ass songs. You know what I'm saying?
These guys had multiple sessions.
But then everyone's like, nah, this might be the hardest one.
Yeah.
And then basically, what happened? Oh, and then boom. So I cut the hook, and then everyone's going crazy. And so I was like, all right, yeah, let me cut my verse. He cut his verse, and then boom. And then he cut his verse, and then Vegas actually recorded that song. Vegas was asking me,
okay.
So organization, yeah. Vegas was like, yo, you want to jump on the? Vegas like, yo, you can do your verse. Remember, I only did the hook. That's why I did his verse. And everyone's going to remember the studios is lit. Like everyone's going crazy. Like this is the
How many
hardest
people are in the studio?
Like
Vegas recorded organization. I didn't even remember that. Vegas. Here's another point for you right there, bro. You could bring that up in the next rant.
Remember, I have 4 people in there. Smiley had like 4 people. So it was like 8, 9 people.
Yeah, so it's a busy
5.
studio. Yeah.
But not too busy, because usually there could be like 15 people in there. So it's like a good like 8. Like only the like certifieds and his certifieds are there. And then basically, and then boom, he's like, Vegas, like, you gonna cut your verse? Remember, the whole time somebody was recording his verse, my hook is looped. So I'm just hearing my verse, hearing my hook. And in my head, I'm like, yo, I don't think I'm gonna do a harder verse. Doesn't matter what verse I put down right now, it's not gonna be harder than this hook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just the way the cadence and everything. I already knew that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, all right, yeah, I'm gonna fucking, I'm like, yeah, I told him, like, yo, leave it open. I'm gonna write to it at home. Cause I'm like, yo, this song's already the hardest song. But I'm just telling Vegas and he's gonna write to it at home. In my head, I'm like, yo, I'm probably gonna send this to Drake. Remember? Yeah, I'm probably just gonna send it to Drake. Remember, anything I make or whatever hard, I feel like I just send it to him, like, yo.
Yeah, see what he thinks.
Or like, I'll make a song about a hotel, like the Rosewood. That's a hotel, like, you know, Drake always goes stays at. When I went to London, I was at the Rosewood.
Yeah,
so like, I'll make a song like the Rosewood. I'll come at the city, make that song, and send it to him, like, yo, this is just for you to play in the car. It's not something, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, any certain song, I'll just send it over to him, like, yo, this is a bot for you.
Yeah.
Boom. So in my head, I was like, yo, I'm probably gonna send this to him. So I called somebody to the side. I'm like, yo, fucking, yeah, and this guy sent me the song, and then fucking, I just brought somebody, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna send it to the boy right now. He's like, what? But yeah, I'm gonna text him right now. I just texted him. And then when I texted, remember, the verse already open. So when I texted the boy, he's like, what do you say? He just said like big emojis, you know? Mad. And he's like, he's typing, he's like, send this open. Then he typed again, oh shit, it's already open. I just said the demon face. I said, I already knew. And then it's history right there. Then we got the verse back like 4 days later.
Okay, so I have a couple more questions on that song. Smiley's verse, okay? Did he finish the verse?
Yo, cuz.
No, fam, it's not a disrespecting, fam, because there's a part. No, fam, because when I speak to Smiley, I'll ask him himself.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my people.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about you.
No. Because
he's gonna get me.
Because I seen in the background somebody laugh at that question, right? Right? Because he does a part in the verse where he just like,
but that was just the drip of the. That was just the flow. Like that's the sauce. Like I don't know. Like
I felt like he was gonna come back to that later. He was just trying to figure out the flow in there.
I got a spot.
Come on, fam. You didn't put no words in that part.
No. I don't know what, Brooksy. I made the hardest hook. Whatever you want to do, you do. That's why the man didn't want the song to come out.
Okay, but this is the reason I'm asking that question.
This is what happened. Is like people are saying his verse is trash, so now he doesn't want the song to come out. Basically, and then I guess it's then that's when he stopped not fighting for it, but like I guess he doesn't care because he's already signed to OVO. He's gonna get a next one.
But there's a reason I'm asking that question. I feel like the song was unfinished.
It was never unfinished. I did my hook. He did his verse. Done.
I was trying to get to the bottom of it with this type of shit. Pause. I was trying to get to the bottom of the case over here with this shit, yo. Yo, my studio used to look crazy. I had the I had the foam over here to try to minimize some of the echo. Shit had mad echo in there.
It was left in there. We all liked it. That was all meant to be. Remember, somebody didn't know I was gonna send it to Drake that instant. Remember, I just sent it to him right. I just sent it to him right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
and then he just sauced it up, and you got
like 40 days later. Yeah, he sent it back 40 days. I was in Mexico.
Okay, so then after that leaked, right? Glad y'all made it to the end of this video.
All right. So there we have it, man. You got the big cosign from the boy. I wonder if Drake's gonna do another collabo with him to make up for Organization, because I remember Organization leaked. I guess that's where Hoodlum comes in, Honcho Hoodlum, because they're saying that it was Hoodlum's people who leaked the song, right? I already played the clip a few days ago about Honcho Hoodlum and I guess why he leaked the song or what was going on, right? For the people who don't know, we can go through that. It's just a short. I have it as a short, so it's not a long clip. Honcho Hoodlum, Booggz. I seen Booggz even looking through, like reminiscing, going down memory lane about this. All right, 1 minute and 39 seconds.
You don't remember the song you have? He's like, oh, that's a lie. That's a cap. You're a capper. No, you know what he said? You're capping. You're clout chasing. You're trying to clout chase.
Yeah.
So I'm capping and clout chasing.
That's the magic word.
Bro, I had clout before clout was a word.
Yeah.
So now I feel offended. Like, nigga, you think I need to get something off of you?
Yeah.
You're on the internet lying about doing, like, lying. And I'm coming with the truth. And he's like, yo, you're lying. You're clout chasing. So now I just posted a snippet on my Instagram. I've seen everyone and their mom in my fucking story. You know what I mean? My word.
This guy set the city on fire.
I see Nav in my story. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you on my page for, nigga?
Yeah.
Nigga could even like something or press the follow button.
Oh, this not for Organization. Let me not do any fake news over here. This is for a song that Booggz had dissing Drake. So because of the issues that him and Booggz were having, and they already seen that Drake was tied in with Booggz, they were like, oh, that's the nigga that you tied in with? Oh, the same nigga who made that diss song about you? And then they leaked a piece of a diss song. Holy.
But he's in my Instagram story.
Wow.
But you know, someone sent it to him like, yo, dog.
Yo, Hoodlum, if you see this, you know, next time you pull up to do an episode, I'm gonna have to, Friday, why you bringing up old shit? I'm gonna bring up some old shit.
It'll go there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like full circle. Like, you know, he might have been like, yo, fam, yo, you mashed up my boy that time.
Yeah, you know how that goes. I got calls about it.
Yeah.
I got calls, Smiley and the man I'm calling me like, yo, you up. Like,
oh, it could have been for Organization. My bad.
I'm like, yo, and I feel like right now.
Yeah, no, my bad. It was for the diss track. It was because Organization was out, then niggas freaking responded with the diss track of Booggz dissing Drake on a tune. All right, they leaked that shit. Wild Times.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
And I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The way I was at that time, like I'm on pissed off time.
Yeah.
And I'm on principle. Like, now you're lying? Okay, I'm coming with the truth.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
let's see what the truth does. And the truth hurts.
Yeah.
That's why I try to tell niggas, stop playing with me. Don't play with me, bro. And I mean, I'm a type of nigga, I don't go for it. Like, I don't do lies. I'm not gonna, this guy's a rat. Like, if I'm coming with something, I'm coming with, like,
you need to have the facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The facts. The facts. Listen, man, salute to Booggz. All right. Salute to Honcho Hoodlum. We'll see how this continues and how this unfolds, all right? And we'll see if Drake actually doubles back and gives him a verse, or you might even see him pop up on a Drake new song somewhere once Drake starts releasing new music. Keep in mind, he already performed at the OVO Fest back in 2018. Drake bought Booggz on the stage to perform, all right? So you never know. Before I continue here, I want to just check on something quickly. Where are we at? The 3-hour mark. Let me just go with my history quickly and do something. All right. It's not an intermission, but like a kind of an intermission. And I just got to check on the dog. I'm here dolly today. Let me run this for a second.
Yeah,
Craig Mack and Biggie.
That was before.
All right. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Before my time still, you know what I mean?
But I wasn't even in the street team sometimes. I just seen that and I was just like, that's fucking cool. You know what I mean? Let me find a good
why
part.
your street team? Are you making
boards are just starting to get cooking?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gladstone, what up?
Yeah. Shout out to Jesse, man. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Dutchy.
Uncle Dutch. I guess from that, okay. So then how does the whole Empire era kick in?
That was from seeing those guys on road all the time.
Okay.
They used to stand up on Young Street in front of fucking Levi's.
Okay, so let's just preface this because you then go on to manage Empire.
Yes, eventually.
You were kind of like part of the crew, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So go on.
I was like more of their executive producer, manager, A&R, all of that in one, because they were also like, I was distributing them under the label, right?
Okay.
But I started with managing Scandalous.
Okay.
Right?
Is that when he was battle rapping and stuff still?
Yes, that was right off of the heels of all of the battles that he had won. So his name was already buzzing in the street. Soze had told me, yo, you should manage that guy.
Okay.
Right? I was going to his crib heavily doing fucking music.
Right.
But he seen that I had a business sense as well. And he's like, you should try to do some management as well. Like, I seen you do, you got a couple of guys you tried to manage before. This guy's hot.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I might do that. I used to see these guys in front of Levi's all the fucking time selling mixtapes.
Okay.
Right? Trade a Rhyme Animal, man like G, Hoodlands.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Right? So I used to see them, and that's how they used to see me.
So would this have been like Table of Nonsense times?
Yeah.
Or were they into the SARS stuff already?
They had already dropped SARS 1.
Okay.
Right? The one with Toxic on the cover.
Oh, okay. That's SARS 1, eh? Okay. Yeah, okay.
I think that's SARS 1. Or no, I don't think SARS 1 had anybody on the cover. I think SARS 2 had Toxic on the cover.
Okay.
Right? So they were right on SARS 2. Yeah. So, okay, where were we? Like SARS 2.
Right.
So that's when I met those guys. This interview, as well as a multitude of other interviews, as we go through these 30 for 30s, through the days of this 30 for 30, I'm going to be like bringing back old interviews, different things that we did from back in the days, even some of the stuff that's more recent that people might have forgotten. And I suggest go to our interview playlist and just check out any of the stuff that we got out there. You know what I'm saying? We have at least 500 interviews with different Canadian artists, as well as interviews with people from other countries and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the interview playlist is crazy. Hold on, let me see. I'll show you guys quickly here. Interviews, right? And even the episodes that we do with guests, those are going in the interview playlist. I got to start adding some more of those in here. But we got gems in here. R.I.P. to Lil OT. All right, that interview's in there. We do have a more recent Billy Burns interview. I got the juror who was on the Breonna Warner trial, the woman who killed Boy SK. There's a Dax interview I was trying to rehatch, but I have a Dax interview that's the original Dax interview. Moraine was super recent. Nobody watched that interview. That's crazy. This guy, Young Dave Bangin', he did a bunch of beats for Tory Lanez, and he's also has sickle cell anemia. He was mentioned on Tory Lanez, one of Tory Lanez's last albums. Am I missing something up here? So to Trent Out Loud. There's a lot of these things that like y'all don't even see, bro. Holy, Gavin Shepard. This is the guy who founded the Remix project, one of the founders. Russell, aka D Pride. This is the gentleman right here, Puck Daddy. He's the founder of the Canada First movement. We got a lot of interviews, different types of people in here, man. So yeah, go check out our interviews. Anywho, I want to get to a gentleman by the name of Kenneth Law. Now, Kenneth Law, he has been now convicted for 14 counts of murder for assisting. Well, let me try make sure to use the right words. Self-deletion. Okay, so basically, this guy from over here in Canada has been selling packages worldwide to people so that they can self-delete themselves. Right, and I guess he got tracked down by the FBI somehow, and he's been in court for like the last 2 years or so, right? And finally now he got convicted today. So, and I've been following this story, but like a long time ago. A long time ago is the last time we spoke about this. And now that the trial is over, I want to present this to you again. So what I will do is pull up the original news story of what happened with Mr. Kenneth Law to refresh our memory. And I'll let y'all see it too.
Developments this morning in the case of a Canadian man accused of selling a toxic substance to people at risk of suicide. British police are now investigating 88 deaths in the UK among people who bought from websites run by Kenneth Law. Dominic Velitis is in London. He has the very latest about these deaths. Good morning, Dominic.
Good morning, Heather. And just to take you through the timeline of events here, the National Crime Agency, which has been described as Britain's version of the FBI, says it received intelligence back in April that a number of people here in the UK had bought products from Canadian-based websites that were selling various substances, various products to assist with suicide. Now, that intelligence, that information was then passed on to British police forces around the country, who in turn sent out officers to conduct welfare checks on those people. And of the 232 people identified to have bought these substances over a 2-year period,
232 people is crazy.
88 of them were found to have died. Now, it's important to stress, Heather, that the National Crime Agency says it cannot confirm that the chemical these people bought from Canada was directly responsible for their deaths, but they are saying they are now investigating potential criminal offences. The big takeaway from all this, though, Heather, is that more than 200 people here have been online, bought these substances from Canadian-based websites, and that nearly 90 people over a 2-year period have died as a result, Heather.
Holy.
So these deaths all among people who were receiving welfare visits after they made those purchases from Canadian websites. This is part of an ongoing investigation. And how are these investigations?
And the thing is, they had to stretch this over to the UK because over here, not to say that this guy Kenneth Law was doing it the legal way, but in Canada, you can do assisted self-deletion. This is one of those countries where they even try to expand it to mental health issues, where if you're like, yo, my mental health is just not there, I want to just get off of the earth, you can arrange for a doctor to get it done. This is one of those countries where they've expanded the laws where you can actually murk yourself. So the fact that this guy was doing it on the black market is crazy.
Related, Dom.
Well, I think it's really important to point out, Heather, that the National Crime Agency here is not explicitly linking these deaths to Kenneth Law's case. You may remember the 57-year-old was arrested in Mississauga back in May and is accused of assisting suicide in Canada. It's alleged he ran a number of websites selling various products to assist suicide. And it's claimed he sold a lethal substance to people all over the world. Indeed, he's accused of sending hundreds of packages to more than 40 countries and is being investigated by police in the United States, Australia, New Zealand, and Italy. All the National Crime Agency is saying here is that Canadian authorities are carrying out their own investigations relating to deaths in Canada and that they have arrested and charged someone as a result. Heather.
So this is the original story. This is back from 2 years ago. Okay. So now here is our update. Now this is courtesy of CTV News. Murder charges against Kenneth Law expected to be dropped. Victims' families condemn decision. Now, here's the thing. I said that he was convicted, but there's been some stipulations as far as what he's been convicted of. And then maybe we can have a discussion about this.
Prosecutors are set to drop murder charges against Kenneth. Crown prosecutors are set to drop murder charges against Kenneth Law today. Kenneth Law is facing 14 first-degree murder charges for allegedly selling lethal substances to individuals who died by suicide. So instead, in a plea deal, Kenneth Law is expected to plead guilty to 14 charges of aiding or abetting suicide. He will also not face any charges in the UK, even though most of the people who are known to have died after consuming Law's products lived in the UK. David Parfitt's son, Tom, died by suicide in 2021. David joins us this morning from London. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Our condolences for the loss of your son. How are you feeling about the plea deal?
Mixed emotions. I think it was an opportunity to really set future standards for this type of online crime. Clearly, online safety is a huge debate worldwide, and Law was enabled by an online website to commit these crimes, and yet that website is still available today. And unfortunately, I know of people who are.
Oh, the site's still available today. That's mad. I'm putting up a poll here. What should he be convicted of? Now, he did get convicted, so we will get to that. But let me see what you guys think.
Are still dying with typically young, vulnerable people who are accessing that website and being persuaded to take their own life.
Just shocking. It's still happening. According to Canada's criminal code, a first-degree murder conviction results in an automatic life sentence with no chance of parole for 25 years. So an aiding or abetting suicide conviction, that carries a maximum sentence in this country of 14 years. Were you or any of the families consulted about this?
Okay, so I'm going to go to a more recent news story. There should be one that's like literally from a few hours ago. So here we go. Courtesy of Global News.
We begin with breaking news from the Newmarket Courthouse. A Mississauga man has pleaded guilty to 14 counts of assisting suicide. Kenneth Law has admitted he sold sodium nitrite and products to assist with suicide through 4 websites. Now murder charges against him are being withdrawn. Our crime specialist, Catherine McDonald, joins us from the courthouse with more. Catherine.
Withdrawn.
Jaden, this is a very disturbing day in court as Crown prosecutors read out how Kenneth Law aided and abetted suicide, resulting in the deaths of 14 people here in Ontario, both men and women. 2 of the victims were only 16 years old, and many of these family members of the victims, dozens, are packed into the courtroom, listening to details of how each and every victim purchased and received products from Mr. Law. According to the facts, most of the victims bought sodium nitrite from In Time Cuisine for roughly $80 US. That's one of 4 websites operated by Kenneth Law, a 60-year-old former cook.
Yo, this guy's selling a murder pack for $80. That's insane, bro. I can murk myself for $80. That's how much a life is worth. $80. Holy shit, man.
Court heard sodium nitrite salt is legal in Canada as a food preservative, but toxic if ingested and can cause death. According to the facts, between May of 2021 and May of 2023, the victims received packages of the sodium nitrite from a post office box in Mississauga associated with Law. The customers later consumed the sodium nitrite and were later found dead. The packages of Law's sodium nitrite were often located at the scene, often with the label torn off. In one case, a 34-year-old Toronto man purchased an exit mask and regulator products from another one of Law's websites. The man was found in a rental car at BMO Field. It is admitted that the death was caused by products purchased from Kenneth Law.
Wow.
14 counts of first-degree murder have been withdrawn by the Crown, who told the judge that the law in Ontario no longer makes a murder prosecution viable in this case. Now, court has also heard that from 2021 until 2023, Kenneth Law sent 1,200 shipments to 41 countries across the world, and that 79 deaths in the UK have been attributed to Law's websites. And details of each and every person.
Did they say 79? Wait a minute. Did I hear that right?
Been attributed to Law's websites. Until 2023, Kenneth Law sent 1,200 shipments to 41 countries across the world, and that 79 deaths in the UK have been attributed to Law's websites. And
79 deaths? Yo, they're going to fry him in the UK. There's one thing with over here. Our Canadian legal system is soft. All right. They gave him 14 years. All right. They gave him 14 counts of abating and assisting in abetting. Okay. Now, as far as his sentencing, I said this earlier in a live stream, Canada does not have concurrent or consecutive sentencing. All right, let me see. Let's do this. Let us do this. Consecutive sentences in Canada. All right, let's find that out. In Canada, sentences mean a consecutive sentence means that sentences are served one after another rather than at the same time. Okay, so what I want to know is, do they give consecutive sentences in Canada? Let's ask ChatGPT. Yes, Canada judges can and do impose consecutive sentences, although they are less common than concurrent sentences. All right. The crimes are separate events rather than a part of the same incident. There are multiple victims. The offenses are particularly serious, and Parliament has specifically required consecutive sentences for certain offenses. Okay, all right.
Details of each and every person who died in the UK are also being read out. We're hearing that the UK police did a parallel investigation as Peel Police began their investigation here in Canada in 2023. Now, the maximum sentence for assisting suicide is 14 years in prison. We have heard that a sentencing hearing will be held in September, at which time victim impact statements will be read out. The agreed statement of facts being read here today at the Newmarket Courthouse is actually 3 hours long. We're on a brief break now, but yes, this should go well into the afternoon. Back to you.
Yo, that's wild. Like, I don't know, like, there's different ways of making money, and they're not always the most ethical way, right? For example, people who sell crack or fentanyl and shit like that, all right? You know that there's a chance that the customer who's purchasing this product from you will die, okay? But at the same time, that is still a chance, okay? I'm not trying to excuse any of the people, myself included once upon a time, who used to be outside selling illicit substances that could, like a Russian roulette type of freaking game, kill the next person who takes it. Okay, it doesn't have to be a hot dose. It doesn't have to be you know, somebody spiked the drugs type shit. It could just be like, yo, these guys have been smoking crack for so long that the one that they bought from Ricky Dredd now killed them. There's a big difference between that and selling $80 packs that are supposed to guarantee that you get murked. Okay? The nigga's not selling drugs just for you to get high. He's selling drugs for you to die. For $80? That's crazy. I ask you guys, what should he be convicted of? It's a 50-50 right now. Holy shit. 50-50 dead heat. Because first-degree murder, that would entail that there was something that was premeditated about it, right? But the premeditation comes from the fact, and I guess this could be argued, the premeditation comes from the fact that I know that when I sell this product, the person who takes it is going to die. But I didn't murk them per se, because there's also the accountability. And this is why he ended up getting this time instead of, or getting convicted of aiding and abetting instead of first degree, because they took into account the accountability of the people who were asking for this shit. He's not going around like a hitman saying, yo, I need to go murk some people and then collecting $80 per body. No, niggas is catching bodies for 30 racks. These people are coming to him and saying, bruh, I need that. I don't want to be here no more. So how much? When can you send that to me? Right? I know back in the days when we used to be on roads, we used to say, well, if they don't get it from me, they're going to get it from somebody. This might be a little bit different. You feel me? But at the same time, maybe not so much so different, because I'm sure Kenneth Law is not the only person who's selling the death packs out there on the dark web. Right? T.88 says, that's crazy. A one-time WAP. Mans are trying to eat. Bro, that's like a gram of yayo. The man is selling you a pack that can kill you for the price of a gram of coke, bro. The fuck? That's what I can't get past, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it kind of puts you back in you might be in the first degree murder category, brother. Like, you're just selling death packs for $80, brother. Like, you don't have no regard for human life. I'm not to say, oh, make it more expensive, but at least if you made it like, yo, oh, you want to murk yourself? Okay, I got the package here for you. Give me 2 racks. Okay, I'm not saying it's right, but it's at least you're taking a risk that's worth it. Mind you, he's sold thousands of these packs at $80 a pop, and I'm sure some are $100, $150 over here, but not probably more than a margin of like in the hundreds. He could have got the money faster if he was charging like triple the price. Again, I'm not saying that this is right. This is completely heinous, but bruh, $80? You're a fucking demon, nigga. You're special place in hell.
Sodium nitrate were often located at the scene, often with the label torn off. In one case, a 34-year-old Toronto man purchased an exit mask and regulator products from another one of Law's websites. The man...
Yeah, I'm not playing this again. I've already played this video. There was a video I was seeing, and we'll get off of this topic here, and then we'll get to our last topic, because more times. I've been here for a few hours. City TV. Oh, let me go CP24. 24. I seen the Steve Ryan nigga talking about this shit. What, shorty? Wow. Where is this guy, Kenneth Law? They've been on this shit all morning. Olivia Chow's trying to friggin' get reelected. Y'all reelecting Olivia Chow? Y'all fucking with that? Let me see if I can find it here. Kenneth. Yeah, here we go. Please guilty. Here we go.
Yeah, Raheem, it was a disturbing picture laid out by prosecutors as they pointed out the facts behind dozens of deaths here in Canada and the United Kingdom, pointing out that some of them were as young as 16 years old, and Kenneth Law made $300,000 from selling those products.
That's it? Fuck out of here. Nigga, you're selling people shit till they can die. Yo, there's niggas who made that OT in a month. And none of their customers died. What's happening, fam? We're living in a simulation. You killed mad people for $300,000? You're a waste, shoot, bro. Why didn't they give this guy murder? Yo, what is the poll saying? This nigga needed a murder charge, bro. Fuck that abating and shit. Like, I know the abating because, yes, the people have to take responsibility for their actions. They wanted to go. But, nigga, you're doing this shit for the lows? For the lowas? Like, don't worry. Who you want? Buy 2 packs and I'll sell them 2 packs for $140. Jesus Christ.
Inside the court in the morning, the media interest was intense as Law's OPP transport arrived at the Newmarket Courthouse. Law was brought into a packed courtroom with family members of the deceased watching him stand and say, "I plead guilty," 14 times. For the 14 deaths in Ontario, that is a small subset of the people Law sent packages to in 41 countries around the world. Many were young, the packages containing a meat preservative in concentration so high it was deadly. The court heard Law's website said he didn't sell to anyone under 25, but he clearly did not enforce that rule. Prosecutors also said he received about 100.
Is that what you're trying to get away with, bro? Well, I didn't sell to anybody under 25. Nigga, you're selling death packs, bro. You're not selling a little bit of cocaine. You're selling death packs, brother. Like the results, death. Right? For best results, take it all one time. Okay? If you're not dead by the end of serving, call a doctor.
And $50,000 from PayPal and $150,000 from Shopify for his businesses. CTV News has counted about 100.
Listen, I know it's a serious subject. Okay, self-deletion is a serious subject. Mental health issues. There's a lot of people out there, but like, I'm more on this guy than the person who's wants to self-delete themselves. Like, obviously, don't make it easier for them, but they have their own issues that they have to deal with, right? So now if they're like, oh, I could just go get the pack for $80, brother, who's the dealer?
150 deaths worldwide from these products, at least 100 in the United Kingdom. Law won't face murder charges here or in the UK, with prosecutors saying in a letter to British victims that was obtained by CTV News recently, after very careful consideration, we have decided that the harm suffered by victims in England and Wales will be included as part of Mr. Law's sentencing in Canada. This would allow the judge to reflect the full extent of Mr. Law's criminal behavior, including the fact that his actions resulted in the deaths of people around in this country and that he sent products to many others around the world. Now, this hearing is still continuing. Listing the facts of this number of dead people is taking a very long time, and the family...
Yo, I don't know what kind of mentality this guy, Kenneth Law, has to have to be like, okay, this is the way I'm going to make my $300 and something thousand. But like, bro, you have to be a special type of demon to be like, all right, this is where this is how I'm going to get it. This is how I'm going to get my come up. And like, shit, nigga, like, there's drill rappers in Toronto who are making more than that a year, who ain't had to kill nobody. They're just rapping about death. You're a waste shoot, bro. Yo, I hope so. Not trying to wish violence on nobody, but I'm just saying, he's locked up in the Canadian jails. Man, them. Okay, he's gonna be in a maximum security prison for a while. He's still in there for assisting and abating death. Okay, he'll be in a max. Man them. Hold on, let me make my screen bigger. Okay, because I know niggas be watching from jail. Man them. All right. What's the expression? What's understood doesn't need to be said. Okay. New fish. Waste you on the range. All right. Holy shit. What a piece of shit, man. Wow, bro. That story just freaking got in my soul right there. Whew. Fam, you got to watch out. There's a lot of serious demons and just high-level pieces of shit out there in society. You know what I'm saying? If this nigga's willing to sell death to people, imagine what other people out there are willing to do. And I'm not talking about the average Ray drug dealer. I'm talking about, like, there's people who probably doing worse. That's a diabolical plan, brother. Anyhow, we're going to move on. This story that I keep on skipping over and over again with this security guard laser thing, I never really got to look into it too tough because I was waiting to do it on this live stream. But big salute to Canada Cop Watch, aka the homie Turk. I think this is an incident where he was like, I guess maybe harassed by a security guard. So let's pull this up and see what's going on over here. Go subscribe to his channel also, Canada Cop Watch. Okay. Bang. So, can security guards point lasers at you in Canada?
Yo. Yeah, breathe, brother.
Oh, you like the story?
The hell am I watching?
Oh. That was quick, yeah?
That was quick. You guys all right?
No, you get inside.
Huh?
Man's in a trench.
Trying to get inside?
You guys need a pervert.
One here don't look all right. Yo, you all right? You all right?
Yo, Toronto is not a real place for real, bro. Like, this is everywhere. And I know he's downtown. I don't know if he's in Regent. He might be in Regent Park, right? Even though Regent is very gentrified at this point, there's still a few pockets of Regent Park that are still like this.
Laser?
Yo, look at this guy. Yo, why is he flashing the thing, fam?
Laser in me now? What the hell?
What do you, why do you do that though? For real. Look at the look on his. Yo, fam. You know what? I ain't even mad at him. Okay, he shouldn't be doing that. But like, just think about his situation. All right, waste man. But okay, bear with me. Okay, he's an immigrant that's just came to this country. More times, the people who take these security jobs, they're not people who are like they could get a job as a doctor right now. Okay, they got this job because that's one of the only jobs they can get. So now you got to go to the hood. You get no gun because you're not law enforcement for real, and you got to deal with bare junkies, the man them. Just a lot of obstacles to your job that you're probably only getting paid $25 an hour for. Yo, brother.
Look, man. What do you mean what? Look. Bro, you got somebody overdosing out there. This is what you want kids to walk by?
Last time you came, you did this empty.
Yo, bro, look at this shit. Look at this. Don't let them tell you what to do. Be a good guard. Have a look at what's going on out here. The kids can't walk by this, man.
I feel Turk on this though, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a problem. I don't know, man. I need to start a poll. Let's ask the people over here who's right in this incident. Because I get both sides, right? Turk or the security, okay? I get both sides of this of the coin over here because the security's like, fam, I don't get paid enough for this, bro. I just want my shift to end and then get back to my. I don't even want to do their accent, but if I could for a second, brother, I don't want the problems, brother. I just want to go back to my family, brother. Right? And on the other side of the coin, Turk's like, fam, like, what are you guys getting paid for? There's people who are in the hallway out here sleeping, needles coming out of their arm, and aunties walking by with her kids. Like, walk on. All right? You know what? I'll answer that question in a second every single morning. In un momento.
Huh? Yeah, no problem.
TSP been calling, right?
No, he's not calling no one. He's just sitting at his desk pointing lasers at me. Yeah, do your work, bro. At least one of you guys is willing to do work. Thank you. I got Narcan here if he needs it. Yo. You all right? Yo.
There's a lot of this I can't show. Turk takes his own chances, but yeah, me nah do it, my youth. Me nah do it. Basically brought this guy back to life.
Yo, Kyle, up. Come on, Kyle, get up. Get up. Kyle, brother.
Back
Here, I'll help
to
you up.
reality.
You all right, brother?
What happened? What happened?
This is why we need guys like Turk.
It's okay.
Oh, not now is what happened. You see Turk in the freaking hallway, Narcan the freaking junkies up so that they can get up and freaking not be in the hallway. Now, oh, what happened? This is what I'm saying.
Careful.
He'll be all right. One of these guys just stole my bike.
Oh, shoot.
Did you see who it was?
Oh, your bike was stolen?
Yeah, my bike's gone.
Oh.
Wow. Damn. I'm out here helping y'all niggas and this the motherfucking thanks I get. Wow. How you do that to Turk, fam? The man's out there trying to save lives. It's probably the same. Why is that instant karma? He's helping the man, fam. The man who probably he helped is probably the guy who stole the bike. Like the guy who just put the freaking thing in his nose and woke him up. He probably was like, oh shit. Oh, there's the bike. Let me get out of here. Like, I just helped you. Wow.
That was quick, yeah?
That was quick.
It was him. Holy, man, trying to give somebody a seizure. Yo, salute to Turk, man. This I just wanted to just review this video quick because I saw it floating around. I like to go on to Canada's Cop Watch page every once in a while and see what he got going on over there. All right. He's been trying to change up from just the regular content or like just being a rapper. You know what I'm saying? This This is his transition into the content game. All right. So go check out his channel right now. Go subscribe. Canada Cop Watch. He also posts on his Instagram page, Canada Cop Watch, a lot of this crazy content. And his Instagram page is buzzing. Beef at the TTC. It's a lot of shit that I can't show on Instagram. on YouTube over here. Right. So yeah, go tap in with the homie Turk, man. Doing good things, man. Doing God's work, let's say. I think we got it here for today. A nice 3-hour, almost 4-hour live. Again, I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to do a live tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. I'll be back. I don't want to do a long live tomorrow, okay? Because I got to save some of the topics for the podcast, okay? And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do my live on Sunday. I might do an IRL on Sunday of the setting up the studio for the podcast episode, okay? So that might be a shorter stream on Sunday, but like a special one, okay? So until then, I will see y'all tomorrow. 30 for 30, day 5. Day 5 on the way. We off this.